What's going on, guys? Welcome to Packer Up, boys. Do not forget the biggest sale. They haven't done this sale in 6 years. Aspley Mazda tomorrow. Give Lukey a message. LDC_01 for details. It is tomorrow. Do not miss it. Hasn't happened for 6 years. A massive shout out to Lukey and Aspley Mazda.
Just a bloke in a bar.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Packer Up, boys. Powered by this beautiful coffee that I'm drinking. Oh, man. All good stuff. Good stuff. Grumpy Coffee. Go to grumpycoffee.com.au. Get your coffee today. The great Dory's back.
Hey.
How you going, bro?
I've missed this coffee, actually. It's
Mate,
been a while
so
since I've had
friggin'
a cup. It actually is good. I have at least a couple coffees a day.
Oh, it's just smooth.
It's nice.
You know, it doesn't have that extra bitterness in it. But anyway, how you been, mate?
Season, baby. I've been good. I'm keen.
Okay. Who's your favourite to win the comp? Let's get into it.
Oh, it's very hard. I've done the maths and the physics and all of the different data.
The physics?
The physics.
You and Olam.
Well, now I've been educated on it by you, funnily enough.
Oh, okay.
Well, that was quantum physics.
Quantum physics,
that's a bit high level.
Yeah, come on, mate. Come on.
Now we're talking about the universal finals. But I would say I'm obviously strong on the Storm, but only with the consideration of if they win this week. I think it's a huge cheat code considering where they're at, but I'm also...
Because if they lose, I don't reckon they can win.
I'm not going to say it's impossible, but... And... You know, I'd love to see Canberra there, but then my thoughts with Canberra is they go down that right side of the finals tree and they face the old veterans, the Penny Panthers. So I don't know how that works out. So
well, they beat Penrith last time they played.
Yeah. Oh, they definitely can.
Yeah.
But
it's
you
a tough
can't
one.
rule Penrith out in a final. Do the young Canberra Raiders get spooked? But I don't know. I'll stay on Melbourne. But honestly, I reckon anyone could win this week. Like, even there's no reason you could argue that the Broncos could be there.
Ooh, okay. Now, when you walked in and you looked across and you saw this gentleman across from you, did you feel like he was more masculine? Maybe testosterone has been naturally or not naturally placed in his body? Was his shoulders squared back a bit more?
He did have a spring in his step today.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah, it was the way I was greeted, actually.
You know why, mate?
Why?
Engaged.
Oh, yeah, that's
Got engaged.
right, of course.
Yeah,
I knew that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you didn't say anything, so I thought like...
Waterboy becomes a man.
The water man.
Water man.
He's the water man.
Wow.
I tell you what, when Courtney posted it on Sunday, I got a few messages from different people who have been engaged previously saying, enjoy the engagement bubble. I was like, what the hell's that? But now I get it. Like, for the next few days, and I'm still like in the bubble, you kind of just like, you're on this random high of just...
That's love, baby.
This natural high, but it's like...
That's love.
But it's a level above what it usually
It's all
is.
love, baby.
It's bigger than love.
No, there's nothing bigger than love, baby. Love makes the world go around.
It's a different version of love. I tell you what, though, I actually got the size of the ring wrong.
Oh, really? That's a... Oh, no.
Well, to be fair, I stole one of her rings from the to give to the jeweller.
Oh, no, so now you're going to say she's put on weight. Oh, no.
No, sorry.
You're a thief as well.
The ring was too big, but I'm a thief.
He's rattled.
I'm a thief. Anyway.
It wasn't her ring.
It wasn't. No, it was.
Oh.
But then I was
see
like...
where this is going. Right.
But she was like... I was like, why is the ring the wrong size? I took one of your rings. And she's like, oh, I've got some rings that are too loose. I'm like, why do you have that? Why do you own that ring?
Yeah.
So I had to go get it resized. It takes a month to resize. But
Takes quite a while. But look, you know, he's getting married. So roughly how long until you get married, do you think?
Oh, God, probably not for a couple of years at least.
We're gonna go
A couple of years? You're going to be 2-year engagement?
Yeah, I reckon a couple of years.
Can we
Okay.
commentate the wedding and go
Yeah,
live?
can we do a live podcast from the wedding?
Yeah, if we get sponsors. I don't want to pay for anything.
Matty's wedding is brought to you by Sportspet. Grumpy Coffee, Matty's wedding. Grumpy weddings would actually be pretty funny, I reckon. Grumpy wedding
putting
planning.
odds on different things throughout the wedding would be hilarious.
Don't jinx it. Don't be putting odds on nothing.
Not that. I wasn't even thinking that.
Oh, that's great stuff. So, yeah, look, Matty's a man now. He's the water man.
Congratulations, Matty.
Thank you so
He's
much.
the water man. Yeah, massive congratulations. How's it been from her side? Is her family all stoked? And, you know, what's the comments been like?
Yeah, great. I called her mum a couple of weeks before. I told her sister in advance, but left everyone else in the dark, and we FaceTimed them all.
Did you ask one of her parents for permission?
I didn't ask for permission.
Didn't go old school?
Nah, but I called, but she kind of gets it. She was just like, so you asked for my blessing? I'm like, oh, I don't know. She's like, well, you've got it. So I kind of did.
Could you imagine if you wrote back, you sort of like, I don't need blessings for shit.
Yeah, that was
when you said that. Alpha dogged her.
Yeah.
You rang her and she said, ask me a blessing. She said yes. She said yes.
She said yes. And then I called her sister as well. because I remember when we first started dating, she said, the second you want to marry her, make sure you call me. So I kept that promise.
Oh, that's romantic. Love that.
Which is good. Told my parents. And then I actually told a lot of people because I had to invite all our friends to a surprise party after it. And they all kept it a secret for a while. So,
so you said you invited all of your friends to the posting?
So you invited like our close group, like that we all
because I'm just trying to work out like I'm not your friend or like was I not in the close group? You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to work that out because like I didn't get an invite. So like if he said all my friends, that means that I'm not a friend. If he says
clarity, really.
Yeah, just want clarity, really. Like if you said close friends, well, okay, I'm not a close friend, clearly. So I just needed a bit of clarity there. That's all.
Well, you're on 6 podcasts a week, and we have a journalist segment on Monday. I couldn't afford any leakages, you know.
Oh, he's going to say I'm leaking. It's a trust issue.
So you're a leak.
Oh my god, bro, that fucking hurts. You know, that's unbelievable.
You know, people say things, and I've heard you described as a few things, but never a leak.
Never a leaker. Maybe grumpy. You could say I'm grumpy at times. Maybe selfish at times, but not a leaker. I feel like I'm on the opposite. I'm loyal. Jeez, that's disappointing.
Did it all go to plan?
It did, yeah. And it was so like meticulously planned because like
was the plan to break your mate's heart? Was that the plan? Because that bloody worked. You didn't invite me and then you bloody insulted me.
I'm very sorry. I wasn't thinking about you on the weekend.
Well, you should be, mate, at all times.
The leak.
But yeah, no, everything went to plan.
The leak.
The leak.
Well, you're the fucking Waterboy. You're supposed to be fucking sorting that shit out.
Yeah, true.
Now, given the job that you do on the daily, I imagine there was quite a significant content set up for the actual proposal. What were we talking?
Hired a photographer and a videographer.
Were they in the bushes or?
No. So, and this is probably a little bitch move on my behalf, but I was really worried about I was nervous about the actual moment. So I organised a sign that said, "Will you marry me?" as we entered the picnic, so that was kind of a little bit of an icebreaker, so I wouldn't actually have to say anything.
Start the conversation.
Yeah.
Because it is a weird opener, what you doing?
I feel like the knee is the icebreaker. No.
Yeah, but it's but then what do you say? Say, we're having a conversation, it's a great day, you get on one knee, you got to say, you can't just go, "Will you marry me?" You've got to be like, I love you, and I know I'm ugly, and I know you could get better, just all that kind of shit,
I wanted, when I was on the knee, I wanted the moment to be kind of past of shock. I wanted that to be a nice moment. So the photographer, videographer, so they were all there, and it kind of was obvious once we turned up.
I know you didn't invite him, but having the voice of rugby league 6 times a week at Access, I'm surprised you didn't hit the leak up for a little speech.
Yeah, true. Well, to be fair, I didn't even invite my parents, so
and it could have been leaked. Also.
Listen, don't try and distract them with the whole parents thing. No one brings their parents to an engagement offer, but they bring their friends. And look, at least I know where I stand now. It's a line in the sand moment. I'll say that for sure. Definitely a line in the sand moment. Very upsetting.
MC role at the wedding.
It's great stuff. Congratulations to Matty.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Matty the Waterman. You're a man now. You are a man. Boys, I had the greatest day. Yeah, I've had 2 of the greatest days ever. Not ever, but in a long time. Because I've just been playing so many video games. And this weekend, my wife is still away, so it's just me in the house. I am going to sit there for 48 hours, I reckon. And I'm just, obviously when the league comes on, I'll stop and watch the league. But outside of that, because I'm a wizard on the internet at the moment, thanks to Lontel. Andrew, the absolute mad dog, has absolutely changed my life. For example, here's how much Andrew, he's the CEO of Lontel, and he's also a massive part of the Bloke community, been listening for years and years. But this is how good it is. Borderlands 4 is out today, boys. Borderlands 4. Now, back in the day, and a lot of people listening have the same problem. Back in the day, you'd be like, a videos game coming out, oh, you know what? I'm just going to go down and buy the CD version because it's going to take me 4 days to download it. Now, those days are a bit gone, but the other thing that happens is people go, oh, you know what? I've got to leave my computer on overnight because that's how long it's going to take to download this massive game. With me now, life is free because I got Lontel. I download it. It is extremely quick. I can play any game very quickly, and that's because Lontel is flying, internet wizard. And I've actually, crazy. It's crazy. So initially it was just because me and Andrew are mates now. We've been speaking for a while now. But initially it was just a story about us getting internet on Monday. So it was just us telling what happened, and we're just saying, listen, if you want internet, go to Lontel. The amount of messages I've gotten from people going, bro, this is hectic. How do I get this? How to get that? Even got a voice recording this morning. This bloke going, similar to us. So this same situation. So when we came in here, we called whatever internet service you know, we called them. And all of them, pretty much within the first 5 minutes of the conversation, was like, nah, can't do this, nah, can't do that. Anyway, so same situation with this bloke. He's called everyone all the time, nah, you can't get this, can't get this. He goes, when I called Lontel, they literally ran me through everything I can do to make my internet way faster. So he had the exact same experience as me. So that's why I'm flying this weekend. I cannot wait. I'm going to play Borderlands 4 all week. I'm going to play Borderlands 4. Here? We're getting it.
Oh, good.
We're getting, so
this
we've got...
place is a Wi-Fi fortress.
Exactly. You actually, you know what? You know, because you've been around for ages. It used to be terrible, but we're actually getting... I'm not going to say exactly what's happening,
okay.
But bro, life-changing shit. Lontel's sorting something crazy out, something that like no one else in the country will probably have. I don't like.
So Longtel is a service provider?
Internet service provider. Yeah. And Andrew is he's a part of the Bloke community. So we just started shooting the shit because he gave Guru some internet. And Guru's like, here's this guy, speak to him. He's
I need
part
to
of
talk to him.
Yeah, bloody oath. Bro,
I'm in another concrete fortress back
bro, I promise you, like I saw you. And this is how good they are. So with Lontel, you know how usually like on internet you go, you know, I got to pay $150 a month for the internet or whatever, 150 for the fastest possible for 200 gig, whatever. With Lontel, what you do is you can change your speed and you only get charged for what speed you use. So for example, if you're on like the normal speed, the average speed that everyone else has, it's like $3.20 a day or whatever. So that ends up being, I don't know, let's say $100 a month. But what you can do is you go, okay, I've got a huge content day tomorrow and I've got to download a bunch of videos to be able to edit them.
Select.
No, even better. Okay. Even better. So let's say you're just on a normal plan and your internet's just normal.
Yep.
Then you can crank it. So what you do is you go, all right, I got a huge content day. You crank your internet up to 2 gigs per minute, which is fucking
ridiculous,
crazy speeds. I think the average speed in Australia is like 100 megabytes. I think it's like that's the average speed. So you can crank it up to 2 gigs per.
Holy
2
shit.
gigs, and then when you're done though, let's say you cranked it. Let's say you cranked it for 2 hours, you get paid. I think it's like $6 a day or something like that. Then once you're done, put it back down. You crank it back down to normal speeds.
Gangster.
On top of that, you can even pause your internet. So you can go, okay, I'm going away for 2 weeks or whatever. Pause it. You only get charged for what you use, so you're not getting charged there. So for example,
just have one of those moments where it's like, why hasn't someone done this?
Yes, but you know, like all these like future like businesses that are coming out that are far more flexible for the customer. And this actually isn't even an ad. This is what I just interested in from a business perspective. Like back in the day, it was like you got to sign. Remember when you had to like, if you want this phone, it's got to be like a 3-year deal or some shit like that.
Life away.
Yeah, and if you break the contract in the 3 years, you got to pay this. So there's always been these companies where you had these really, really solid contracts that you essentially couldn't get out of, and you had like, if you're going to sign a 12-month internet deal, you have to pay for that 12-month period, and you get a free modem or whatever, even though you've got to send it anyway, whatever. With this one, and it's similar to like Uber-ish to a degree, where like you're only paying for what you're using. So with this one, it's a certain amount per day, and you can pause it, you can slow it down, you can crank it up. Anyway, so yeah, look, guys, that actually wasn't even an ad. That was just what I'm doing. I'm playing Borderlands 4. So everyone on Steam, I think my name's Bloke in a Bar. If you want to come play Borderlands 4 with us today, because I'll be on it later tonight with Andrew actually. But
no way, really? With Andrew?
Yeah, that's what we're mates. We play video games together.
Oh wow,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Anyway, so we'll play
all night.
All night, baby. Borderlands 4 tonight. So if you want to join us, I think it's Bloke in a Bar's my name, or Denon999 on Steam. Give us a follow not a follow. Friend request me, but use code Bloke with Lontel. So LAUNTEL.net.au. Use code Bloke because the first week is completely free. No contract, no credit card needed. On top of that, if you use code Bloke, you get $25 for free as well. So use the code, and also if you use the code, then when we do some cool stuff, we'll know that you're a part of the Bloke community. Even Lukey messaged me this morning. He was like, bro, I'm on Lontel. It took me 2 seconds to do it.
Oh, bro, and content creators, of course, like the amount of downloading and exporting.
100%. Anyway, so yeah, you can pause it, you can crank it, you can do whatever you want. Yeah, check it out, guys. It's so fucking cool. When I'm like cranking it, you guys know when I'm cranking it. You know, when it's late at night, no one's in the house, I'm like, you know what, it's time to crank it. Crank it up. When you're getting like 1 millisecond ping, right, it's a dream. It's a dream. Anyway, with that out of the way, I just can't wait to play. What video games? What's your favorite video game of all time?
So the only 2 video games I've really could say I've completed are Red Dead Redemption 2 and Grand Theft Auto.
Really?
Oh, yeah, you can't go past Grand Theft
So
Auto.
you completed Red Dead 2?
Yeah.
You completed Grand Theft Auto.
No. Sorry, I completed
How long ago did you
the main
complete Red
storyline, but
Dead
not
2?
everything. Oh, like 20, I don't know, 17 maybe, 18
Wow, and on PlayStation?
on
Or Xbox?
PlayStation 4.
4?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to complete the story?
Forever. But I was like, I wasn't as busy back then.
Yeah, okay.
Even though I did have a full-time job, I didn't really take it that seriously. But
So what, you just come home and just sit there and just bang it out like
Yep.
for hours?
yeah,
Mad.
I think it was when I was newly single as well. So I just had so much time.
And how come you didn't start playing more video games after that, do you reckon?
I don't know. I just, you know what? I tell you why. Because I don't like playing online that much. I just like playing
Okay.
storylines.
Oh, okay. Mate, there's like, you should try like games like God of War and that. What's your favourite game of all time?
I'm a sportsman.
Sportsman, okay.
Yeah, so I would say I've always really loved the NBA, both single character, the story journey, and like
Career mode or whatever.
Yeah, especially when I was at footy, you'd go down the park, you'd teams of 3 at the street, and you just play people. Like,
Yeah,
I
mad.
love that.
Well,
got
I think there's
obsessed
a new
with that.
NBA out now. Just
there?
recently.
It just come out,
Just come
yeah.
out.
And I don't mind. Any of those sports games where, yes, I like playing online, but you can do the story journey, the boxing, the UFC, all of it I love.
Yep. Well, listen, if you want to download it quick, lontel.net.au, use code BLOKE. You've got to use the code BLOKE. Make sure we'll put the link in the caption as well. And also, another cool thing, I'm going down to PAX East. You probably don't know what PAX is, but it's the first video game convention I'm ever going to have gone to, and it's happening a week after the grand final. I'm going down with Lontel.
Hectic.
So
is that a
excited.
regular
Where
thing?
is it?
Yeah, so it's in Melbourne.
Oh, nice.
It's a video game
Mad.
conference, or not conference, what's the word? Event? Festival.
Yeah.
Festival. I've
Festival?
never, bro, I've always had this dream to go to a thing called BlizzCon.
BlizzCon.
Yeah, so over in America, like, I just wanted to go
From
just-
the company,
just once.
is it
Blizzard.
Is that
Yeah,
the ones
Blizzard.
who do it?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But Blizzard has gone so shit over the last few years. So, like, that dream has slowly died a little bit. I'd still like to experience it, but they're just not the same companies they used to be, Blizzard.
Oh, really?
But PAX East, that's like, it's not as big, nowhere near as big as Blizzard, but it'll be the first video game festival I've ever been to, so I'm excited.
Wow.
1 week after the thing.
Like some of those, like the
So many
people
neckbeards
who
are gonna
at
be
the
there, bro.
Top of the game in video games.
Yeah, but it's like going to be all video games you can try that are coming out soon. Probably some technology there too.
It's mad,
Bro. I'm so
yeah, there'd have
pumped.
to be some VO.
The neckbeard's coming out. Neckbeard's coming out. So maybe I should just wear a neckbeard down there. Like get like a fake, you can strap a beard on here.
You know how we kind of like shift, we chameleon ourselves in different situations, environments, and people. Like, paint with a picture of what's the kit look like? How do you go down there? Because are you just going to roll in there like you're the rugby league guy, or are you?
No. First of all, no one know who the hell I am. It's PAX. But second of all, you're rolling in with the Aragon shirt, bruh. You're rolling in with the Aragon shirt, bruh. Come on, man.
I'll be honest, and it's completely transparent. I laughed. I don't know who Aragon is, but I just pictured the shirt.
You don't know who Aragon is?
Not off the top of my
See,
head.
you know what's crazy? Is like he is the jock we were talking about. Not dumb, but like big hot cunt, rah. But
Big hot cunt.
but I'm the cool guy now because I know Lord of the Rings, because Lord of the Rings is cool now.
Yeah.
And so now you're
that environment,
you're getting bullied now.
Yeah.
You're the loser and I'm the cool guy now.
Yeah.
You go to PAX East, bro. I'm the man. You're
Yeah.
who's this fucking big hot cunt? Fucking loser. You know what I mean?
I get it.
It's times have changed, bro. Times have changed. It's not cool to be hot anymore, bro.
Oh, well, I don't know if times have changed, but that's...
Mate, my missus tells me all the time, she says, I hate hot dudes. So, do with that what you will, bro. I'm not insecure. My missus doesn't like hot guys.
You're a lucky man.
Bro, we spoke about it on the podcast yesterday, bro. Like, being cool's different now. Like, my missus says all the time, like, I love dudes with big noses. Says that all the time, bro. So,
Everyone's got their thing.
yeah. And, like, at the moment, hot guys aren't in, bro. I'm just letting you know they're not in. So... Like, it sucks for you. I feel for you. That, like, you had your run from, like, what do you reckon, early 2000s? Like, you would have been, like, you grew into a man, 2006, 7, around there?
Yes.
So you had a good run, but you're not the cool guy anymore, bro. Like, sorry.
It'll come back around.
I don't know. I reckon
Well, the way the
your
world's
run's
going,
over,
maybe it
bro.
won't.
Nah. I reckon your run's over, bro. I don't reckon hot guys will come back in.
A couple of years' time, I'll have to change up my avatar. Online. I'll work. I'll figure it out.
Bro,
Big nose, floppy rig.
Melted candle rig. Bro, they're in, bro. Haven't you seen all the studies, all the copium studies about dad bods are hotter? Yeah. You know when you see those studies on Instagram where they're like, 57% of women say that a dad bod is hotter than fucking a mad rig, and you're like, yeah, I heaps believe that. But I also do actually believe that because I'm hot.
Well, I saw a thing that Shrek grossed higher than Magic Mike.
There you go. Boom. Shrek. Magic Mike. Your time's done, bro. It's
Because
done.
it's a kid's film.
Mate, your time's done, bro. I'm sorry, but you had a good run. Look, it was good.
I did.
It was good.
Lots of great memories.
Lots of great memories, but
I might just blow out.
you're not the hot guy anymore, bro. The hot guys are ugly guys now. Brought to you by Sportsbet, guys. Make sure to give us a follow on the feed. Got a bunch of different multis on their day, including who I think is going to win each game, plus an anytime try score from each game as well, plus a bunch of other ones. I'm going this weekend. I'm going doggies head to head. This is a multi. Tuala, Galvin. Oh man, I'm forgetting the other person. Anytime try score. It's getting you $80+ bucks, bro. It's getting you 80, so it's good.
Galvin.
Anyway, Galvin, anytime. Look, I think I'm picking the Storm to win, but I just thought there was too much value in this one, so I'm going. Oh man, where is
I
it?
think it's going to be a real competitive game.
Bulldogs head to head. Tuala, Galvin, and Warbrick anytime. It's $82. Like
Wow.
Tuala
Jeez,
outside.
that's pretty good.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like Tuala outside back.
Yep.
Galvin, he's a 6. Like I mean, I know he plays 7, but like.
What's he paying? 40 to 1.
Oh mate. Well, this is paying 8. This is $82.
That's what I mean.
And then Warbrick anytime. He's a winger. I reckon that's pretty good. Like obviously, I get that the dogs are underdogs. Then the other one, I'm going.
It's juicy.
Oh, I've got a juicy one here. This will piss some people off. Broncos 13+, Carrigan and Karapani anytime try score 82.50.
Yeah, that's pissed me off.
That pissed you off?
Pissed me off.
Yeah, that's arrogant.
That's so arrogant.
And I did, because people listened to the DMP yesterday, I had an omen about Reece Walsh, 2 or more, because he likes to clap cheeks. So I've gone Reece Walsh 2 or more because he's... Well, what's better than the Viking clap? Clapping cheeks.
Clapping cheeks.
Yeah.
Cheeks?
Cheeks.
Cheeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Clapping cheeks.
It's definitely better than
That's what I'm saying.
I love the Vikings.
That's what I'm saying. Who could clap the most cheeks in the NRL right now if they wanted to? If they had the opportunity to?
Reece Walsh.
Exactly. There you go. 2 or more. Do that with what you will. Then in the Roosters Sharks game, I've just gone 13. Colhoun and White anytime try score 81.50. I don't do none of this like little baby stuff. Like I'm just, if I'm going to have a crack, I'm going to have a crack.
Well, some of these random ones have just hit, like the McInnes into, what was it? Sharks 30.
They'll win by 11 to 15 or something like that. That hit. I think I've hit about $6 $40 pluses this year.
That's absurd.
It's mad.
And then Warriors, I'm going Kurt Cable anytime try scorer. Panthers to win by a margin of 11 to 15, and Casey McLean anytime try scorer. They get you 73.50, baby.
Ooh.
Let's go.
That's not bad.
Alrighty, high drama. Courier Mail reporting that somebody from the Raiders camp is leaking info on Papali'i's injury to the Broncos. It's been a week full of drama. Broncos allegedly initially questioned whether the injury was real. I mean, what's funny is like Broncos allegedly initially. So like, are they saying that the Broncos allegedly made that claim?
You know what? I think I added allegedly because I didn't want to say that the Broncos initially.
Because you don't know.
I didn't want you to say that they knew. So I wrote allegedly.
No, that's
in there.
good. That's good because
He's the leak, mate.
But also, I'm the leaker. But also, like, we haven't seen a quote saying that the Broncos alleged that the injury wasn't real.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all just kind of hearsay. Anyway, then the whole bus situation happened, which we spoke about earlier in the week. But basically, the Raiders have changed up how they set, I think, their like dressing rooms up or something like that. Oh, no, so their day. So before this year, I think it's this year, the Raiders used to, in home games, they would just come to the ground themselves, which used to be relatively normal. I think it's changed quite a bit now where some teams even stay at a hotel locally the night before.
We did that. The year we went on a run at the Raiders, I think just before it started, we stayed in a hotel. Twice we won, and then Fernsy's like, we're staying in a hotel for every game. Oh. So every home game we went and stayed in a hotel about 30 minutes away.
You know what is? I understand it because I like the concept of staying in the hotel in the sense that if you get used to it at home, when you go away, it's going to feel normal. So like if you stay in a hotel the night before a home game, and then you stay in a hotel the night before an away game, the body's going to feel like it's the same thing. Whereas, like, when you come from home, it feels way different to sleep in your own bed and then just drive into train. So I get it from that perspective.
Did you like doing that?
I didn't like it.
I didn't mind it. Like, it is still a good preparation, but I definitely think it was more in the omen bucket as to why we did it.
Yeah.
Like, it's working. This is the reason. All right.
Yep. Well, yeah, so I don't like it. Like, I just think that instead of staying the night before, I think just get everyone to come in at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the morning and stay together until the afternoon. Now, granted, like, the tough thing is that let's say you go, oh, everyone needs to come in at 8 o'clock or whatever in the morning, which isn't that early, but you don't want anyone to have less sleep than what they need. So, for example, if they need to wake up at 6:30 on game day and they don't play until 8 o'clock at night or whatever, yes, they're going to get a kip in the middle of the day, but you want them to have you want them to wake up when their body naturally wakes up, not get it with an alarm. But the night before, I just reckon it's unnecessary. It's like, at the end of the day, doesn't matter how much you try to make people used to staying in hotels before games, it's still never going to be better than staying in your own bed. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like...
But for us, in that respect, it was like where we were staying in the hotel before the games and we were winning.
Yeah, it's a vibe thing.
So I think it was just more like, all right, well, is this the thing? Is this working? Arguably, technically, across the board, do you get a better preparation because it's completely controlled? Maybe. But it's just the in the hotel bed thing. And like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'd be interesting. I think Panthers, I know when I was at the Warriors, I don't know. I don't think he made us stay the night before, but we would go in very early and hang around for the whole day kind of thing. See, I'm not a big fan of that sometimes, just because I feel like there's a lot of wasted energy. You know, I want to shut it down for as long as possible, and then finally when it's time.
I'll be honest, when I first went to Warriors and I didn't know that was a thing, and we did it, it did rattle me a bit because I'm like so used to what I did at the Broncos, which was you drive into the stadium, and it's all about routine. It's not a knock on anyone else, but it did rattle me. I was like, this sucks, man. I've got to sit around in a place I don't really want to be sitting around all day for a game. But small things, honestly, it doesn't change that much. What were you going to say, Matty?
I think the Bulldogs do it as well. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 85% sure that they stay in a hotel around Sydney Olympic Park before their home games too.
Yeah, like I understand the thought process. You're trying to create a normal, everything is normal every week. Everything's the same. Yeah, control. So I get it. And also the meals are controlled. They're not eating a bunch of crap I will say, staying in hotels with your team, the meals were always so hectic. Honestly, you used to put on too much weight sometimes.
Yeah, you did.
Whereas when you're at home,
it's
you're
all
like,
buffet style.
Yeah, because you're just smashing it. Whereas at home, you'd be like, I couldn't be bothered making, so I won't. Anyway, long story short, they changed that at the Raiders where they started staying in hotels the night before. Therefore, they had to drive their bus in, and there was only one spot for a bus in the Raiders stadium. So it wasn't intentionally done by the Raiders to piss anyone off. That was just what happened because they changed their own routine. So allegedly, reportedly, the Broncos CEO didn't like the fact they had to park out the front and walk 50 metres or whatever to their thing, security, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so that was the other drama. It's a bit of nonsense, a bit of nothing. But now there's another drama. It's understood the Broncos have been getting regular updates on whether Papali'i will play. So there's an alleged rat in the ranks. Now, I wonder, are we getting double agented here? You know what I mean? Like, are the Raiders saying there's a rat in the ranks to, like, create drama?
That would be great. But
you know what I mean? Are we getting double agented?
Well, I would have thought if anyone's going to make it up, it would be the Broncos. So then the Raiders would implode.
Yeah, okay. Oh, so they're like, who's the rat?
Yeah, like Broncos are kind of double bluffing him. They're not actually getting intel, but they're saying that they are getting intel. And then Raiders are like imploding, sorry.
It's good stuff. Look, either way, I love this. This is the drama I want before a game. It means nothing. It's nonsense. It's literally nonsense.
Yeah, I want more.
But that no one gets hurt. It's fun to talk about, and it creates a bit of spice for the guy. Like, all of a sudden, this Broncos-Raiders game, who we all thought was going to be a bloody good game, but how much more spice is in it now? We've got Michael Maguire basically laughing at the Raiders going, that's nonsense, and say, I'll drive the bus to the ground. You got, claims of rats and that. This is good rugby league media.
It's a bit of drama. It's one thing ruining someone's engagement, but to leak on this and create a bit of drama,
it's one thing not inviting one of your closer friends to the engagement that, thought you were basically brothers. It's one thing doing that.
Yeah, on an alleged initial potential leak.
Yes, exactly. Talk about trust. Mate, Ricky Stewart needs to speak to this bloke.
Maybe it's a double agent move.
Yeah, well, there's a rat in the ranks leaking stories. He claims I'm leaking stories all the time, so he's clearly got a nose for being able to find who the rat is. Apparently, anyway.
I don't give a rat's, mate.
So, look, I love this. It's all banter. It's all drama. It's good stuff. This game is going to be phenomenal, bro.
Absolute belter.
There's a reason reality TV shows are so
Yes.
popular, even though they're so dumb. Because
Mate.
of all this stupid drama, which
It's
is
the
just
best.
so hectic.
It's so good. Like,
Now's the
it's-
time for it too.
And it's fun. Like, you know, like no one's disrespecting the Raiders. No one's disrespecting, you know what I mean? Like, I like banter that both teams are kind of respected. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want, you know, some coach coming out going, the Raiders are fucking, like talking real negative. I just want a bit of banter back and forth, you know?
Well, it's the classic prize fighting. Like most of the time,
bit of
it's all
fun.
bullshit
Yeah,
after they
yeah.
shake hands, but they know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's fun. Like, G it
Pump it
up.
up. Let's get people
Like,
interested.
I want the serious stuff for Origin or real rivalries. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
let's say, for example, let's say the Raiders and the Broncos. I'll say the Broncos and the Panthers. You could argue they got a bit of a rivalry now because of what happened in the 2023 grand final. So I don't mind it getting a bit spicy then because there's real history there. Raiders, Broncos, like you can tell they respect and like each
Yeah.
other. Like because they're both bloody good teams and you can tell the Broncos know the Raiders are the best team in the comp right now.
It's like South and Roosters were fighting over a junior school last week.
It's real, baby.
That's,
that's
the most pure rivalry.
That's pure,
correct?
yeah, that's
South
pure.
Roosters, would you reckon?
You know what?
Yeah.
There's probably a few AFL fans. Is South Roosters the biggest rivalry in Australian sport?
No.
So I'm asking the question. It's not a statement. It's a question. That's what because I don't know AFL. Is there?
In like club sport.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is there bigger rivalries in AFL? You would know a bit more.
I would. Well, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have the answer, but I'm assuming the AFL would have.
So you dismiss me that strongly without knowing.
Dismiss is
anything
a
about
very
AFL.
strong word to describe what I just did.
That was dismissive. You were just like,
You're a leak.
so you dismissed me, poor old me that's just trying to ask a bloody question, mate. You treat me like dirt, and then you don't even bloody know what you're talking about.
My assumption is that there's a greater rivalry in AFL.
So you hate rugby league? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying to me, mate? Look at those TNs. How much they cost you?
$250.
Do you reckon you could be a lad, like in a different world?
It's the same thing that's happening with hot people in your Aruga crowd.
Aragon.
Aragon.
Ruga.
It's a generational shift. They're not for
Bro,
lads anymore. They're cool.
You've got to know. Listen, I'm
Aragon.
telling you right now, there are a lot of women on the internet right now that would look at a picture of you and say 10 out of 10. But as soon as they heard you say Aruga instead of Aragon, you get a lot of comments saying that's a nick.
I'll take those odds. I feel like it's a small percentage of women.
No.
who
You
would
see, that's the
label
thing.
me
You
as
don't
an
get
ick.
it. You're in the eye of the storm right now, mate. You don't know what's going on. Chicks don't find the fact that you don't know who Aragon is hot. That's a turn off, bro. I'm telling you, it's a turn off,
an
bro.
ick.
Mate, I'm telling you right now, you could have gone on the best date ever with a lovely
I'm
young
going to
lady.
put it out there after the show.
Yeah, no,
Straight
leave in the
on
comment
Instagram.
section because we got a lot of women listeners. We got a lot, like huge
Aragon
women.
fans.
Huge, no, just women. Look, most women know Aragon. So listen, you're on a beautiful
I'm
day.
confident that the bloke female crowd will not find my lack of knowledge around Aragon as an ick.
Let us know in the comment section. Is that an ick? Is the fact that this bloke thinks he's too cool for Aragon, is that an ick? Does it reduce the 10 out of 10 a bit?
Yeah, and the more specific question is calling Aragon Aruga an ick?
Ruga.
Ruga. Holy shit. Oh, that's good stuff.
What are we talking about?
AFL.
Yes.
What do you reckon? And I'm sure there's going to be some AFL fan going, are you fucking serious? Yes, I'm serious, bro. I don't watch AFL, so I don't know. But is there bigger rivalries? And like, I understand that you go, yeah, of course there are. Look, they get 90,000 people at every single game. As you know, league, more people watch on TV. So it's not just about who comes to the game. I just want to know, is there a long, like, because this rivalry is basically since the start of rugby league.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was going for.
Professional sport.
Which Melbourne
Professional
does, because
rugby.
those AFL teams, as you know, like a lot of them are converted from literal local towns. Like even some of the other clubs interstate are from Melbourne clubs. I do feel like there's a really strong rivalry with Collingwood and someone. What's the elevator pitch for Roosters and Souths? Like, what is the definition of why there is a rivalry? Is it based on the juniors or no?
Yes, so that comes into it. So they were the first grand final in 1908, and obviously they're next door neighbours, East and South Sydney. But it kind of exploded. I'm going through this really quickly, but it exploded in the 30s and then again in the 50s when South acquired a bunch of the Roosters' junior territories, and that's why the whole Roosters have no juniors is actually like if I'm being true to myself, it's actually not that fair because South stole a lot of the, well, not stole, but South acquired a lot of the Roosters juniors in the 50s. And like you go to Coogee, that's Roosters, that's Eastern Suburbs, right? But that's technically South area. Same as like Maroubra and stuff. So
Alexandria?
Yeah,
Is
South.
that South?
That is South. Probably is.
That actually would be South anyway. But like Maroubra, I mean, Maroubra's a tough one, but definitely Coogee. Like Coogee should be Roosters.
Who do the Bra Boys belong to? South?
South. So maybe they are South. That's why, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's that's kind of like the main thing that happened like in the mid 1900s. But there's just been like Ron Coote, like he was a South Sydney player that went to the Roosters, and he like apparently he opened his letterbox one day and there was a dead rooster or a dead rabbit maybe in his like in his mailbox. Like there's just. They've just hated each other from day one.
Well, this is how strong the rivalry is for a guy that's came in, late to it, because obviously, we're not watching league growing up. It reminds me a bit of gangs in New York. Like, if there's two clubs where I could see them genuinely wanting to punch on with each other as fans, it's Roosters, Rabbitohs.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I reckon there is...
Well, my mind went to like English clubs as well.
Yeah, so I reckon there is a large swath of young gentlemen that if you said... there's a punch on between the Roosters and Rabbitohs down at the park at 3 o'clock. I reckon there'd be a lot of people that would turn up to
Matty,
have a
hit
crack.
us with the AFL rivalry.
I think it's
biggest
Carlton Collingwood.
Carlton Collingwood.
Yeah. So whereas like
No, maybe we are like
maybe
right up there.
for example, like I don't like any other club. I don't. If they said there's going to be a punch on down there, they'd be going down just to punch on because they're young men that just want to punch on. But I don't see any other rivalry that like I can imagine them wanting to fight just because they're from that other. Whereas South and Roosters genuinely feels like they see them as the other. You know what I'm saying? And whereas I don't, any other like rivalry, like Broncos, Cowboys, that's more of a rivalry out of respect. It's not like it's...
No, it's genuine hate.
doesn't have a story
My,
behind it.
my school, Marsland in Randwick, was on Allison Road, and Allison Road is actually technically the border between South and Roosters. So we were half South, half Roosters. So like my whole school childhood was just not...
Were there fights there?
Not literally punching on, but that's all we spoke about at recess and lunch was, South versus Roosters.
Yeah.
It was,
See,
it was
no
the
other
best.
clubs doing that. Like what other rivalry in league is there at the table constantly going, fuck that club, fuck that club.
It's crazy what it does to you. Like
Eels
Eels Dogs.
Sorry, Eels Penrith.
I think Eels Dogs is bigger just because of what happened in the 80s. But
See, Eels Dogs, and maybe because I come to the game later, but it's not a big rivalry to me.
No.
Like I know they are rivals. I'm not discounting that they're rivals, but I don't feel like at least the younger generation of either of those fans have a deep ingrained hate for the Eels and Bulldogs, vice versa. Whereas the younger generations of South Roosters, it's bred into them. You know?
And
Yeah.
it does go back to the history and legacy.
And yeah, I was going to say, like, it's amazing what it does to you. Like, I'm not going to reveal what I said, but during the South Roosters game on Friday, I was sending off some of the most fucked up messages to Denon and all the people on the Monday show because I just had this rage that came across me when Roosters started piling on the points. And it's just, I was reading the text the next morning going, and to be fair, I had a few beers, but I was reading the text the next morning going, geez, like, I don't mean any of these.
He
But
sent one of the worst takes I've ever fucking heard in my life. And not worse as in it's like gross or whatever, like as in
It was just
rugby league takes. Like, it was such a bad take. I was like, is this fucking cunt? Like, what the hell is he talking about?
and obviously I didn't truly mean it.
And again, guys, this wasn't a mean take as in like he was saying something like terrible in words. It's more just like a rugby league terrible take. Like in regards to a guy's playing ability. So it wasn't like, there was no negative crazy.
Collingwood actually remind me of Souths.
Yeah, that's what people say. Yep.
Very passionate too.
Who do you reckon, this is going to be a hard one, but like, let's say an external, different country person came over here. Who do you reckon he'd say has the better fans? And I don't just mean who turns up to watch the games, because obviously there's AFL, they blow us out of the water. I just mean like fans, fair income fans to hang around, go and watch a game with, have a beer with. Like, who do you reckon? I reckon it's league, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm biased, I get it. Like, I'm biased. I just reckon league, because we're more of a, a blue collar sport,
That's what I was going to say.
more relatable, more easy to... And I know, AFL is still a blue-collar sport, but I feel like league is more of a blue-collar
Yeah, it
sport.
is.
I like to go back to like our live shows, particularly the 2022 grand final that we did before Para and Penrith. Like, massive game. And like the fans there were all just, everyone was so chilled. It was
Bro.
hectic.
That's the one thing with I think, like the bloke community wouldn't be aware of. we haven't met a single dickhead at any of these shows. Like, the bloke community is
Seriously.
the chances of that happening are so small because of how big it is. But for whatever reason, the bloke community, most of them, like, don't get me wrong, there's banter and it's not like your best mates or whatever. Most of them, like, I'm trying to think, have we ever had a live show where someone's been a full-on dickhead?
I'm being genuine. I actually don't think so.
Yeah. You know, one thing I will say about the bloke community, I have lots of interactions, people talking to me about bloke all the time. They're very appreciative of the bloke community.
Which is crazy because
that's how it comes across. Very
I'm appreciative of them.
Yeah.
Whenever someone's like, oh, I love the show or whatever, I'll be like, thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it. And they'll be like, nah, thank you. And I'm like, we almost get into a Seinfeld, like, no, thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. But anyway, so, okay, let us know, guys, what is the biggest rivalry in Australian sport, but also world? I reckon world, Barcelona, Real Madrid, in regards to teams.
You went to that, didn't you?
Yeah, bro, man. Went to the Bernabeu. Bro. So
that's a country. That's like, that's hard to beat.
So I went to...
have to be a strong, I reckon. See, the NFL, I think, has too many strong rivalries.
Okay, so waters it down a little bit, you reckon?
Whereas that is literally a whole country divided by two teams.
Yeah. Like, there's other teams, but just the size of them. There's just the size of Real Madrid and Barcelona. I went to the El Clasico, I think it's called.
Yes.
So it's Real Madrid versus Barcelona. Essentially the biggest rivalry in the world. So the tickets were so expensive. So basically, it was similar to yesterday we were talking about the Raiders tickets. Shout out to David from Goulburn Toyota. If you're in Canberra, you got to get into Goulburn Toyota. Surely he's hooked us up with hooked my wife's parents up with tickets for the Raiders game. It was sold out. So thanks for that. But so yeah, on the internet, like, it was some website. It was like a proper website that sells tickets. But it was like, bro, these tickets were so expensive. But I was like, you know what? I just went, you know what? People are good. People are good. I'm gonna trust in humanity. So I bought these tickets. I honestly think they were about $900 each, Australian. And so I was like, bruh, that's so much fucking money. Like, I don't know if I can afford it. So, but then I was like, you know what? This is like a once in a lifetime. Like, I would put this on a credit card if I had to. So I was like, okay, I'm risking the biscuit. I'm risking it for the biscuit because, this is not the actual site that you get them from. And also, it's way too expensive. But I was like, you know what? You're never going to, like, I'm in Europe whilst this is on. So I'm like, you never get this opportunity again. So anyway, not only was it a risk, but the tickets, if you're outside of that country, you can't buy them.
Oh.
So what you've got to do is when you buy them, you've got to put in like a different postcode or whatever, but you've got to put in an address that is in Spain.
What did you do, a hotel?
So put the hotel address in, and so I'm wigging going, bro, this is not going to work. Like, there's no chance. Honestly, I got to the point where I was like, I've probably lost $1,500 or more. That's where my head was at. Anyway, so we get over there, we walk in our hotel, nothing's there, and I was like, oh, fuck, what an idiot. Like, you knew this was going to work. And I think it might have been like maybe a day before the game, because there wasn't a big turnaround of when it was confirmed to when the game was happening. Maybe a day or something. It was like really close. They're like, oh, come down, you got something. I went down, got the tickets, and I was like, oh my God.
That good.
But when I got the tickets, they're not like paper tickets. They're like member passes. So then I'm wigging out going, oh my God, bro, like, this is a member pass. Maybe they'll scan it and see that I'm not that member. It's like a Spanish name. Like, I mean, I look kind of Spanish, so maybe I could pass. But the missus, I do look kind of Spanish. So we're walking through the airport, got let straight through, didn't even need to show my passport.
You do look something, that's for sure.
Well, it sounded a bit negative. That sounded negative, like something like
European.
Hot?
Back then, yes.
Oh, that's fine.
When it was cool.
Anyway,
so you've really strategically hacked the game, because when it was, in your perspective, cool and a great thing.
Exactly. And so when we're walking to Spain, there's like it was really weird, the entrance. Like, usually you've got like booths or whatever. In Spain, it wasn't. They just had a bunch of police lined off. And so I was walking up, and they're like, through. And I was like, looking around like, I'm the man. It's a great win for me. Wife, unfortunately, got held back. So anyway, I'm wigging out going, oh my God, these are yearly passes. We go to the stadium. Everything works sweet. Get through the door. Get to the seats.
Someone's sitting in them.
No, and it's a relief. So we get in, we're there, and I'm going, oh my God, I can't believe it. Anyway, this little Spanish dude starts walking up, looking at us, and I'm going, oh fuck, what's happening here? Like, this is not good. It was just the dude that wanted his tickets back. So what he does is he has a year. He just has a yearly membership.
Wow.
And then you go in
So
and then
it was
give
his
it
members pass.
Yeah, and then he
Genius.
He just gives it back. You give it back to him, and then he just sells it again. So this bloke, these guys with honestly.
He knows the seat. He goes and collects it. No
Yeah.
problem.
So like I reckon. What do you reckon?
genius.
How many home games they would have? Like let's just say 15. You reckon?
Yeah,
We'll say
that's
50,
fair.
we'll say 15 home games. Let's say he wouldn't like that's the El Clasico, so that's going to be expensive. But let's just say he's $500 for each ticket, average 15 games. This guy would be making $15,000 cash a year just off that, and it's probably more than that because like
Genius.
obviously. Anyway, so he comes up, he grabs a little Spanish dude, bro. El Clasico. I've never experienced anything like it. I will say this, and maybe it's because I am definitely biased about this. I would say Suncorp Origin's atmosphere is as good, but it's different. It's a different atmosphere. The atmosphere over at the El Clasico, first of all, they didn't stop singing.
Yes, that's the thing. It's the singing and the chanting.
But it's the difference with the Origin, Suncorp, in
More action.
it's there is like a feel of danger in the air in Suncorp in Origin. Like it's like
More
a
testosterone.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's this like weird feeling of something's like a punch-on's about to happen. That's what it kind of feels like. Whereas in soccer, it doesn't feel like that. Anyway, so the kick-off, what's crazy is it's so hectic over there. Like they're so passionate, which is bizarre because like they're the ones that actually do punch on. But in Suncorp, anyway. So over there, the away fans, there's like this little box in the corner, and you're like, what's that little box in the corner? They put the away fans in this like glassed off area in the corner of the stadium because obviously there's going to be punch-ons if they don't. And so both stadiums have it. The Barcelona one does and the Real Madrid one has it. But any time, and I mean, when I say anytime the opposing fans, the away fans made any noise, the whole stadium booed. I swear to God. Anytime they cheer, like.
So was this game skewed towards one team in terms of attendance? Where was it?
It's in Real Madrid. I think it's called Bernabeu. I think
so
it
there
is.
was only a small portion of Barcelona members.
And honestly, anytime they made a sound, not just when the game started, before the game when they're warming up at the front, the whole crowd booed. Like the whole crowd. And so they gave us these like white signs that you hold up. All I can remember in regards to the audio was just this guy was going Benzema, and then they would respond back and forth with the guy on the microphone. Like the interaction is on another level. Like
I do love that.
When the Europeans go to a soccer match, like they're not just going to watch a game of sport. They're going to have a festival. Like it's an active
event,
participation for what they're doing. Singing the whole time, chanting the whole time. Like surprisingly, like soccer gets this like negative connotation because of the hooligans. Wasn't like that at all. It was like so
Passion.
so passionate, but so respectful, so good. It's one of the best experiences of my life. I'm pretty sure Real Madrid won 3-1. I'm pretty sure it was also the year Benzema won the Golden Boot, or he may have just won it or whatever. Bro, it was crazy. It was just crazy. Just to see the way they moved across the field. Like, being fortunate enough to have played soccer at a relatively high level in Australia, obviously fucking nothing compared to those people. But just, I mean, it would be similar to, you played a bit of local league footy growing up and then going to a league game, seeing a professional, seeing how good it is. Watching how beautifully they moved across the ground, how fit they were, how
the best of the best.
Their touch was like, when someone's so good at something, they make it look easy. That's what it was like. Everything was just so precise. It's just so good to watch. Being able to see Benzema play the way he did, just everything was just on another level, and it just was one of the best experiences of my life. El Clasico, craziest. So I'd assume that's the biggest rivalry. Granted, I'm sure you can find like some South American local rivalries where people die and shit. But in regards to big rivalries, I think it's Real Madrid, Barcelona.
I've got a list here, and they've got a couple, and like I think it's a bit skewed to American, but they had that on the list, obviously. The one that piqued my interest was the in Scotland, the Celtics versus the Rangers.
I've been to that as well.
Yeah, that would be.
I've been to that when I was 15 years old.
Yeah.
Really?
That was crazy, bro.
That's a great example.
That was similar to Suncorp.
Yes.
That was because that's upon religious lines.
No
Celtic
way.
Rangers. Yeah. Like
that feels
like
Protestant
aggressive.
and something else. Can you look it up? Religious divide between Rangers and the cult. Like, and that's where Ian Postecoglou coached as well.
Oh, yeah?
So when I went over for soccer when I was 15, and so basically, long story short, guys, I know a lot of people heard this, but I'll be quick. So basically, the Queensland side that was selected for soccer in under 15s were put together to go over to England. But what happened is only certain people could afford it. So it ended up only being 4 of the initial Queensland side that got selected, me and 3 other dudes that actually went up over. Then after that, they just went down in the squad and got people that was in the squad but not in the starting side or whatever. And so I raised a bunch of money. Like I went around selling like candies and shit like that to get over there. So that's the only way I could afford it. Anyway, so we went over there. So we were 15, but we were paying 16-year-olds for some reason. Like the way the age works there, like halfway through the year. Anyway, we were playing people a year up. So we played Man United on 16s. As I said, I know I've sold this story before, but anyway. There was the first time when I went over there. So this was in 2003 or something, 4. When I went over there, bro, and I know it's normal now, but this is 2003. You go to Manchester United's training grounds. First of all, when you walk in, it is like Ferrari, Lamborghini, Bugatti. Like there is no like. There might be like the lowest brand might be Mercedes. Like, and that's not even, you know what I mean? Like it was just everywhere. Anyway, you go out into the field, and this is in England where it's freezing, and you put my hand on the ground. I'm like, bro, the ground's heated. The ground is heated at their training facility. Anyway, so yeah, we get on the field, look across, and just looking across, seeing these guys in Manchester United jerseys was just like, this is crazy, bro. And I'm sure there would have been, I'd assume, at least one of those players that we played. I'd love to get the list of the players. I've got a picture, actually, of us all together. But I'd love to be able to see the names, because at least one of them would have ended up playing for Man United, because this was their under-16 side.
Sick.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll have to try and find it. Anyway, we actually beat them 2-1 in that game. Now, granted, we were playing for everything. Like, this was everything. To them, we're some nuffies from Australia, like doing nothing. We beat them 2-1. They were so much more skillful than us. Like their touch, everything was so much better. We were just more aggressive and fitter.
Yeah.
Just more aggressive and fitter. Anyway, so on the tour, we played Leeds United under 16s. We lost 2-1 to them, but they were the European champions at the time. So they were all way more skillful than us as soccer players, but we were just fitter and more aggressive. Like that's what we had on our side over them that they didn't have. Anyway, so we played the Scotland under 16s national side out the front of Rangers versus Celtic side. Is it Celtic or Celtic? It's Celtic.
I thought it was Celtic, but I could be wrong. Yeah.
Anyway, Celtic side. So we played literally out the front of the stadium. They beat us 3-1, and then we went in to watch the game, and that was like Origin. That was crazy, bro.
That's mad.
That was crazy. What do you got there?
Oh no, it is K. I thought it was Celtic. It's Celtic.
To be a Celt, like Celtic is the.
It makes sense.
Like I think it's Irish, indigenous pop maybe. The Celts, but anyway, I'm probably wrong.
So the rivalry is called the Old Firm, which first of all is a sick name.
The Old Firm.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the start of it. So roughly the 5th century AD, the local part of the Roman Catholic Church was the main religion in what is now Scotland. But after the Scottish Reformation, Scotland officially adopted the Presbyterianism, the Church of Scotland, as its state's religion. So basically, it's saying, if you are from Scotland, in Scotland, this is your religion. This is your official religion. Due to economic hardship, especially following the Great Famine, which was insane, and during a period of rapid growth in the industrial towns of Scotland's central belt, many Irish Catholic immigrants settled in those industrial towns, with Glasgow attracting a particularly large number. This migration led to increased competition for employment and housing, and in some instances, antagonism and conflict between competing groups. In addition to this, religious discrimination and established social networks augmented the tension between Protestants and Catholics. Okay, so that's the divide, Protestants, Catholics. Moreover, Irish Protestants also migrated to the same industrial towns in central belt of Scotland. Deaths and serious assaults have been directly linked to sectarian tensions within the city. Many of these have occurred either before or after Old Firm football matches. This is a rivalry.
That's crazy.
The 1995 murder of Mark Scott, a Celtic fan, by Jason Campbell resulted in the formation of the anti-sectarianism charity Nil by Mouth. In June 2003, after publication of the Scottish Executive Action Plan on Tackling Sectarianism in Scotland, Section 74 of the Criminal Justice Act 2003 was implemented. This set out the situation where a criminal offence was abrogated by religious prejudice. In 2004 and 2005, sectarian incidents reported to police in Scotland increased by 50% to 440 over 18 months. Scottish government statistics showed that 64 of the 726 cases in the period were motivated by hatred against Catholics and by hatred against Protestants in the most of the remaining cases. So that's a rivalry. Wow. I mean, that's early 2000s. So we're not talking about 1800s or whatever. We're talking about early 2000s. So wow.
Yeah, attached to religion. That's got to be up there.
That's got to be number one then, surely.
Yeah,
Let us know in the comment section of that other interesting rivalries like that you're aware of in regards to teams across.
I'll throw one more at you because of all the political drama. India and Pakistan in cricket, and because of the sheer number of the populations as well.
And they actually want to go to war too.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally nearly did have they're always skirmishing on the border there. That is India, Pakistan. Genuinely, they had to divide countries.
There's a doco on Netflix. I think it's still there. I watched it about 6 months ago. It's like how it's the rivalry between the cricket teams, but then it's also about the political drama, and it's so fascinating.
Yeah, wow. All right, guys, don't forget tomorrow. Aspley Mazda, the biggest sale definitely of the year, but also they haven't done this sale for 6 years. If you need a car, or if you're thinking about it, just even considering it, this is the day. So make sure to message Luke Camilleri, LDC_01. Give a message for details on Saturday. So tomorrow, this is when the sale goes on, guys. Do not miss this opportunity. If you're in the market for a car, you need to go through Lukey through Aspley Mazda. They haven't done this sale for 6 years. And I've seen all the videos in that. It is crazy, guys. So Aspley Mazda, you don't want to miss out. Massive thank you as always for Lukey to partner with the show. Make sure to follow him. Give him a text message too as well, only on Instagram, where he can give you exclusive deals to the Bloke community, and it's only through Instagram. Shoot him a quick message, take you 2 seconds. Okay, other big news. So basically, Brian To'o, there's a big article about drama at the Panthers. I think it might be a little bit of a storm in the peacut. In the teacup. Matty, did you get more information? So he's had some nicknames for some partners. So everyone that won an award, Brian To'o then filmed and said the award was their partner's name, but it was a nickname with the partners.
Yeah, well, he didn't film it. He
sorry, apologies.
You know how it comes up on story and you can comment on stories now?
Yep.
So he's just commented on each award. So if Cleary's won something.
Oh, on the Panthers page?
On the Panthers page.
Okay, can you please go through the list of the names?
Okay, so when Cleary won the Merv Cartwright medal, he wrote the Fowler Slayer with a goat emoji and a love heart. For Matty Eisenhuth, he wrote Holy Destroyer, love heart. For Tommy Jenkins, he wrote the Jess Wrecker with a love heart. And Scotty Sorensen, he wrote the L Smasher with a love heart.
Mate, I can't believe this is a story. This is a bit of fun.
Yeah, this is made out to be something far different.
Mate, the headline looks like he's about to get sacked, Dilly.
Yeah, 100%.
This is a bit of fun. Like how far have we gone where a bloke can't just have a joke about his friends, couple. It happens. This is normal. They're friends. It's a little joke.
It's Brian To'o.
It's Brian To'o. Craziness.
Just imagine your own friendship group and part. It's all fun.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. They're friends.
Yeah.
This is a term. This is a term of endearment. It's a bit of banter with friends, and it's turned into a story where the Panthers have had to talk to Brian To'o. It's like, bro, come on, man. These are the kind of stories that do piss off league fans.
Yeah.
And I understand the media, once someone does release it, that they've got to follow up, or I understand the media where it becomes a story because, I don't know, the NRL had to speak to them or whatever. But it's then when you add in these crazy headlines where you're it looks like the world's ending. Yeah. It's just mate, this is the stuff where I think it's just come on, bro.
Yeah.
Really?
And
really? For example, you could still have the story, but the headline could because the reason why headlines are so powerful is they're already positioning you. They're already positioning you to feel a certain way.
Yes,
that is what the media manipulation is. Is when you read the headline, you've already been positioned how they want you to be positioned. Sometimes, or a lot of the time, next time you go and read an article, don't read the headline, just read the article. Then after you finish the article, read the headline, and you'll see how different you would have felt if you read the headline first. It's done intentionally.
Of course.
And so in situations like this, I just wish, and look, I know I'm, way too naive, but I'm like, if you put a tongue-in-cheek headline and pushed across the vibe of the article that this is a bit of fun. Like, you got a bit of a Turk talking to, but it's a bit of fun. I think rugby league fans would be like, okay, that's all right. You know what I mean? Like,
around it.
Yeah, it's news. He's a big name. He left. People want to hear about it. I mean, it's not news to a lot of people, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a big player. He left the comments, and you know, it's interesting to some people. And then if it was a tongue-in-cheek headline, people are like, yeah, he's a bit of banter. But when they like try to make out like it's like, bro, come on, man.
Have you read the Daily Mail headline? Penrith star Brian To'o is busted, capital letters, making unthinkable sexualised comments. About his teammates' wives and girlfriends, including Nathan Cleary's partner Mary Fowler, in awards night. Shocker. And then the sub thing, star winger has been caught out.
Like, that's what I'm talking about, bro.
That's terrible.
Like, if the headline is, you know,
special.
If the headline is, you know, Penrith have a chat to To'o about some funny remarks you made. I don't like that headline, but at least it's just like, okay, that's a reality. That's what happened.
Yeah.
But that headline, that's what frustrates league fans.
Yeah, it does.
Or just people in general.
Yeah.
You know, like...
And league fans would appreciate like a journo or a media company actually playing with it and having fun with it, as opposed to now feeling frustrated.
I'll tell you this much. Like, I reckon people, like, the wider audience of rugby league have actually a better relationship with journalists now than they used to, because a lot of journalists do podcasts now. It gives them an opportunity to see who they are as a person, but it gives you an opportunity to see as well, a lot of the time with some of these controversies, journalists will say stuff like, mate, this is a fucking joke. And I think a lot of fans appreciate that, because they're like, oh, okay, so you are like me. You are one of us. You do think it's a joke. So, mate, just those headlines, it's in any, it doesn't even have to be just in rugby league. It's just in general. Like, it's pretty crazy. When you go down the rabbit hole about how we are being manipulated, it's actually insane, bro. Like, and if you think you're not getting manipulated, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
If you are connected to the internet right now, you are getting manipulated. Like, it is crazy. That's why we do the algo checks, baby. The algo checks. Because, like, that's what articles, like, think of it. It's almost like a movie. You can watch a scene, and if it's got happy music on it, it'll make you feel a certain way. Like, oh, this is a happy movie. You can watch the same scene, put some scary, suspenseful music behind it, and all of a sudden, that scene that was happy 2 seconds ago is a scary, and it's the same with headlines and positioning you to feel a certain way. That's why they do it.
You know what's funny? There's a trend going around at the moment, and it's like putting like happy music or funny music over the Titanic final scene. And it shows you that, like,
changes everything.
It changes everything. Just go on TikTok and Google and TikTok.
And so, like, that's what I'm saying. Next time you go to an article, don't read the headline. Just read the article, then take your hand away and be like, holy moly. I would have gone into this article completely different. Like, if we didn't know what happened with To'o, you read that article, you're going, oh my.
That was exactly your
he's getting sacked. I cannot, like, he said, what was it, like, sexual innuendo?
Yeah.
Like,
sexualized
oh
comments,
my God. So you're already positioned like, you haven't even read the article yet, but you've already made the decision in your mind that To'o has done something that is way beyond the pale. Then you get into the article and you're like, oh, it's a friend of a couple making endearing jokes that they would all laugh about. And he's
And it's a very simple reflection, because then you have to check yourself and be like, I can't believe I reacted that way to this headline.
We're all guilty of it.
100%.
We're all guilty. Like, guys, left, right, center, wherever you are, everyone is guilty of it. It's that, like, it happens to us all. Like, even like sometimes, here's another good example. And I'll be honest, I get caught up sometimes too. I'm getting better as I get older, but I used to always. How many times has there, like, something bad's happened in league? It might be a high tackle, it might be a bad ref call or whatever. And in the moment, the rugby league zeitgeist, with all the headlines and the emulation, you can feel the emotion rise, and you get caught up in it too. And you feel like this is the worst thing that's happened, or it's really, really bad. And then a month later or 2 months later, you look back at the actual incident without the emotion and energy of the thing around you, because we're social creatures. We get cues off other people. You look back at the event without all that emotion, and you go, that wasn't even that bad. Yeah. But, like, there's so many situations where you look back without emotion, and you're like, bro, that wasn't actually that bad.
My situation's a great example.
Bro, you were fucking Pablo Escobar for a second there.
Honestly.
You were Pablo Escobar.
I've told you about those first couple of headlines. Like, when I first got on the plane, the bro next to me had the paper, full front page spread. Sandor, Earl, drug deal. I was like, holy shit. And obviously as you said, initially, this is the information we've got.
Yep.
This is what's presented to us. And then finally, when I get my own perspective and opinion and some truth and facts come out, it's like, oh shit, actually.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we take our perception and our information from whatever we see and hear and read.
And also, like, we're all guilty of it. I'm not. It happens to me all the time. But we're so quick to go, okay, I got this bit of information. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Rather
and
than
knowing
going,
what you said, you kind of actively need to go, all right, I've read that, but I know that I need to dig a little bit deeper because this headline has been engineered for me to actively give a shit.
And like, what was their incentive when they created that article?
Yes.
Like, was it to get clicks? Was it to position someone so they, and as I said,
to get us to do this.
Yeah,
Talk about
I still do it. I still do it like where I think like someone's making a claim about something and it seems like a really strong argument. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's what happened. But most of the time, there's one side, the other side, then there's the truth. And how often you sometimes you read an article and it's so strongly and well written that you're convinced there's nothing the other side could say to sway what you think. You're like, mate, there's too much evidence here, there's too much fact. This is just, it's a case closed case. And then a month later, after you've been sitting there saying there's nothing anyone can say, the other person comes out and tells their story where it like puzzles together the half-truths of the other article and you go, oh my God, I can't believe how convinced.
Remember that movie we were talking about on Netflix about the two brothers? How the first half of the movie is like, oh, the dad did this and...
Oh, yeah, the murder.
Then they show a different side and your perspective completely changes.
Mate, it's crazy,
the same
bro.
situation.
It's crazy. Don't forget, guys, Aussie Footy Shorts are live. They're available. Bloke and Aussie Footy Shorts plus thousands of other designs. And I'll tell you, even if you don't want to get the Bloke limited edition that we've released, and there's 9 different designs, and once they're gone, they're gone, they have so many other ones, guys. Like, they have collaborations with some of the biggest alcohol brands, some of the biggest clothing brands, you name it, and it's footy shorts with pockets. They're the best in the business. I wear mine all the time at home. They're so comfy. So go to Aussie Footy Shorts website, grab them today before they're all gone. And also, menu log, guys. Don't forget, this week, the hungriest player was Payne Haas. Use code Haas, HAAS, for $7 off Asian this week. And also, we would have sent you an email earlier this week about the $10 off when you spend $30. Yep.
So
check your email if you're a part of the Bloke Club. Make sure to join the Bloke Club. We do deals like this all the time in the Bloke Club. www.bloke.club. It's free to join, guys. Take you 2 seconds. And we are trying to build something quite special there. So join up. And also, don't forget, make sure to have your good day. And also your daylights to rehydrate you. Go to begoodhealth.com.au, use code DMP. You pair that with subscription, get 20% off. And also, it's the best multivitamin in the business, guys. I use it every single day, as you know. Now, reports are Hughes confirmed he could return as early as the prelims. He said, hopefully I'm a chance of playing in the next 2 weeks, maybe. We shall place halfback tonight. How do we think this game will play out? Thoughts on the game? First of all, thoughts on Hughes at the moment?
Yeah, I think it's realistic. It's one of those injuries where, you know, he's going to come out with the arm guards of all arm guards. It'll be some sort of steel frame around his forearm. But I think it's one of those injuries where if you get over the hump of the healing of the surgery and then he's probably going to be needled so he doesn't have pain, everything's going to be protected. It's just one of those things where risk for reward. All right, I get through this. I could re-injure it, but I'm the chance of winning a grand final. So it's just one of those injuries where I think you can actually push through. It's less than ideal. But with no Hughes, I couldn't confidently say that the Storm are going to take it out.
Let's say he's 80% healthy prelim. Do you play him in the prelim or do you just go, no, I don't want to risk him for the GF? You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like this injury is borderline. It seems like he'll, not definitely, but it looks most likely he's good for the grand final. What are you doing? What decision are you making there with the prelim?
How I would make my decision would be off this game.
As in how the boys go?
Yep.
Okay. So
if they had a blinder, it would really start to, I'd have to weigh up whether it's worth it.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm just risking it for the biscuit, baby. I'm risking it for the biscuit.
That's definitely...
Because I just reckon, like, first of all, he gets more game time, becomes a prelim. I don't think there's any scenario where they're not a better team with Hughes in it.
But and then the annoying thing is the regret and doubt of, like, should you just play Hughes?
If he gets injured, like, for the grand final, do you mean?
No, if you don't play him and you lose. The prelim.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Then you have to sit with, we should have played him.
But what if, let's say he's 75% and he gets injured in the prelim and can't play the GF, and you let's say they go out, they belt the doggies, they're looking good, like, to your point, and you bring him back a week early, which contributes, like, he literally gets injured and he can't play in the grand final because he came back too early. That's the risk.
Like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
If they win, it's a masterstroke. If they lose, worst
ever.
decision ever.
Matty, what would you do?
Very easy answer for me. I'm not looking to the grand final. The only thing I'm looking at is this week. Can Hughes play? If the answer is yes, even if he's a huge risk, then he's in.
Is there any concern that Hughes struggling with an injury isn't as good as, let's say, Wishart at the start? So, for example, he's got a fractured arm. It is fractured?
Yeah.
What if he's not confident? You know what I mean? Like his form, like is there any worry of that?
Yeah. I'd also like to think, based on what I know and the character, I'd like to think as competitive as he is, and it would be very hard to do, if there was enough doubt in his mind that he would be like, this is not the best choice for the team.
I mean, Storm players are notorious for that. Like
Yeah.
they've made some big calls.
But it would. I'm not saying he would not do it because it's the right thing to do. It would just be hard to make that decision.
Yeah, for sure.
You'd have to convince yourself that, no, I'm really not okay. And the way his mindset is wired, and every other athlete and footy player is, they're doing everything to convince themselves that they are going to be okay.
Yeah, fair. And it's
But
like,
hey, if Wishart comes out and has a belter and they beat the Dogs with a team that isn't their full strength, you're having a very different conversation.
See, I think they're lucky with Wishart. So let's pretend Wishart wasn't at Storm. The question would be a lot harder because then if you play Hughes in the prelim, you'd probably have to squeeze Peasant on the bench just in case. But Wishart's on the bench anyway. So if Hughes does get injured, at least Wishart's there anyway.
yeah,
If he says he's good to go, I'm playing him.
Yeah, I'm playing him too. I just think that, and I think that people say, well, that's the obvious answer, but it is the question of, like, I don't think it's not a super obvious answer, but the reason I say it's not, it's a bit unclear is if, like, to your point, if you can get through that prelim without him and have him raring to go and not risk losing him for a GF, that is a possibility, you know? Like, I know they weren't playing for anything in the last game. I know, so it's a different scenario. But, like, it's a little bit similar in the sense that, like, they didn't need to play him and they did play him in the last round and it cost them at least 2 games. I know it's different because it's a final and you're going to get knocked out or whatever. I'm with you boys, though. I just reckon if he says he's good to go, you just, and as you said, Matty, like, you've got cover for it. Yes, it's not ideal, but we're talking about the current Dally M player of the year.
But also, bro, like, not to say that this hasn't been true in the past, all prelims are a hard game.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's, whoever ends up in that Final Four, I don't think it's ever been more of a toss of the coin.
Yeah, you're like, it's
that ain't a game you're going, oh, yeah, you know, we're
we should be
confident we
sweet.
can win, we can
Yeah,
get
it's
through without
fair.
Hughes. No, that's not going to be the case.
Nah, so I'm just posing the question, though, so I would definitely pay him. I'm just posing the question because I know there's people going to be like, are you fucking serious? You wouldn't play him in the prelim? It's more just posing the question. I would play him.
Yeah, I'm saying play him.
Yeah, play him. But, geez, how quick they can turn it around these days. Like, bro.
He's got a broken arm.
He's got a broken arm. And listen to his podcast too. Go, oh, well, him, Pappy, and
Money.
They're just that fucking random 6 or something for the Storm, Money or some shit like that. Give him a listen. Great potty. And what I like about it is a mixture of obviously footy chat, then just, you know, other stuff, which is really cool. Now, on that podcast, Pappy told a little story about, not a little story, but he revealed the NRL apologised to him for not having the ball in the bucket last week at the Broncos. Where do you guys stand on that? Me personally, obviously, they should have had the ball there, but I think the NRL said that they should have paused the time as well. I think that's what he said. I'll have to check the snippet again. But actually, I'm still of the opinion, and maybe it is because I'm biased, I still think even if that ball isn't in the bucket, if your player is the last player to touch it, you still have a responsibility to get that ball back, unless it's been like fucking hoofed into the crowd. Thoughts?
Yeah, it's hard. Rules are rules, aren't they?
Well, that's the grey area because I think Pappy implied that the NRL said basically that they should have paused the time, but I'll have to check.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think the ref made the right call. It's not the ref's job. Is it the ref's job to make sure there's a freaking ball in the bucket?
Here we go. I'll just play it so you can hear it.
What I want to get off my chest is bucket gate. The ball
Yes.
bucket.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Get it now. Oh, takes it too. Don't worry about it. Oh, wow. What a mistake. So there's a bucket. There's no footballs in the bucket. Bucket gate. So I was getting physio yesterday. Frank walks into the office, into the physio room, asks me how I am. And he says, I got some bad news for you. And I was like, oh no, what's going on here? The NRL's come back and they've apologised. They should have stopped the game. There should have been a ball in the bucket. Too late now, brother. It's too late now. It's too late now. Too late now, brother.
Lucky it wasn't a big game.
Whose job is it?
Money.
That's what I was going to
It's
say.
ball boys or ball girls. Sorry.
Right. Yeah. Bucky the Bronco. Yeah.
Shots fired.
First, one on to get off my chest.
Now, huge opportunity for KFC to get involved here. The bucket. Bucket. I mean, come on. Anyway, that's for free, KFC. You want more?
I'm sure that is true. Then I completely changed my opinion. Then, like, if the NRL should have changed stop the time, then that's what should have happened.
That should have happened.
See, I disagree with even though if that is true and legally they should have stopped it, then granted, I agree that that should have happened. So they got that wrong. However, I disagree with that. Like, yes, there should be a ball in the bucket, but like that shouldn't. If there's another ball fucking 10 meters beside it, and like for example, when I watched that clip, if Pappy really wanted to, he could have easily got that drop. But he was like, looking up, and he wasn't moving very quick. And so, although I do think it was wrong that there was no ball in the bucket, and he was put in a tough position, I still think that they shouldn't have stopped the clock. But that's different to saying if the NRL is claiming that they should have stopped the time, then the Storm were very hard done by. What are your thoughts, boys?
Well, my initial thought is now, and I'm thinking of the coaches who try and not rig the game, but do everything they can. Are they going to tell their ball boys now, don't put any balls in the buckets so they get more time to catch their breath, if now this is a hard and fast rule?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be like a lot of other things in footy where, maybe you give a fine or whatever, but I think it's one of those things where if you see, okay, let's say this week there's no ball in the bucket, and then the next week after that there's no ball in the bucket, I think the NRL's going, okay, now we're going to start fucking hammering
But
blokes.
if the known process is that you go there's going to be a ball in the bucket, you get it, and there's not, and that's what's been agreed upon, and the NRL clearly have done that because they've apologised, then just stop the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I do take your point in regards to if the known agreement is there will be a ball in the bucket for you, that's where you go. So that is fair. That is fair. I just, in this specific case, I just feel like if Pappy wanted to, he could have got that. If you had said to Pappy, you're definitely going to get a penalty against you if you don't get this done, I think he would have picked that ball up pretty quickly. And so that's where although the NRL has said that they should have stopped the time, so they should have stopped the time. It was the wrong call against the Storm.
Yeah.
I want to be clear with that. My interpretation of it is, if there is a ball within 10, 15 metres or whatever, if there is a ball within, you can grab it, I think that, time shouldn't be stopped. Because the ball was it was honestly what do you reckon, 10 metres, not even, maybe 10 metres away from him? The other, because Warbrook hit it out. But yeah, so I just want to get your thoughts on it. I do think, to your point, Matty, the NRL just need to be really clear now.
Yeah.
If there's no ball in the bucket, if their stance is, if there's no ball in the bucket, we pause the time, make that clear.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll clear that up with the refs.
Surely. But yeah, tough call. Me personally, in the time, I agreed with the call that it was a penalty. Did you agree with the call in time? Now we know that it was on?
Yes.
You agree with the call in time? You did agree?
Time.
At the time, I thought it was the right call. Yeah.
But now hearing the NRL say they should have stopped it, you feel
I thought it was the right call before I heard that clip.
Yeah.
But now I've changed my mind.
Yep. Okay.
Because, again, I didn't think it was the ref's job to make... the ball was right there. There was even if it was 90% the NRL's fault, there was a little bit of gamesmanship there for Pappenhausen.
The problem is, in hindsight, would Pappy go, fuck, I shouldn't have focused on the ball and the bucket and talking to the ref. I could have just grabbed the ball. But in hindsight, he was within his right to just focus on that because of what we said. So
yeah, it's a shit situation. It does make sense in regards to Pappy went into that game of the understanding that whenever a ball goes dead, there will be a ball in the bucket. And when he went in there wasn't, he has a right to be able to go, what the hell?
Could he have redirected his energy and just gotten over it and grabbed the ball? Yes, but he was within his right to, so he did that thing.
Yeah.
So, and the NRL apologised, so we kind of we know that was probably the thing that should have happened.
And also, we all agree it was definitely wrong. There was no ball in the bucket.
Yes.
And I try to apply it to, let's say, I don't know, he gets pulled back or something and he doesn't score the try because he's turning and complaining to the ref. Would I sit here and say, I still would say always try and score the try, but he's within his right to turn to the ref and say, what the hell, I've been held back. So that's kind of where it lands. But, sounds like it was the wrong call from them. I will say, a little bit ago, I wouldn't have changed anything. Mate, it might have changed something. It was a 30-14 win or whatever, but if that they scored right at the end, so let's say they didn't score that intercept, so you're looking at 24-14, I think it was.
Yeah.
So 24-14, and it might not even been 24 yet, but let's just say it was 24-14 at that time. They get that ball back or penalty, kick out, and go up the field. Like, all of a sudden, it's 24-20.
Yeah, it would have been either 20-14 or I think it was 20-14.
There you go. Like, so I've seen some people say, "Oh, it doesn't matter; they got smashed anyway." I disagree. Like that could have been game defining, and it could have made the Storm come back.
Yeah, you never know how it's going to turn.
Like,
the game.
if it was like 30-10 or something like that, and Storm were like never in the game, then I could cop that argument. But I felt like although the Broncos controlled that game really well, look at all the stats. Storm won all, like the time in possession, meters made, runs, like they won all that, line breaks, like so. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Pappy's form at the moment?
I think he's playing well. It's just unfortunate that we don't get to see the consistency of him week in, week out. You know, I just don't think anything's going to change. Some of his injuries have been super unfortunate. He is so susceptible to the head injuries and concussions and the position he gets put into. But overall, the Storm is a better side with Pappy playing.
Yeah, he's just been struggling a bit lately with form for me, like just some errors here or there. And I don't know, it's not a confidence thing because he's always engaged in the game. But they're definitely a better side with him there. Like, I mean,
I see like what other areas could potentially affect Pappy's performance. You know, there's been other disjointed things that have gone on, whether it's at hooker or at half, and these do play a role in his impact in the game. You know, when there's only a few weeks ago when it is a full team, even with Wishart there, and they're humming.
Yeah, when they get going,
they're doing their thing, and Pappy's still getting through a heap of work. He was safe, but yeah, they again. We talk about these other players. He needs to be at full tilt. For them to get it done.
Oh, for sure. Alrighty, Mark Nawaqanitawase has not confirmed his future beyond next season. He says he's fully focused on the final series, enjoying being in the moment. The Rugby World Cup in 2027. I've got to say, this is getting interesting.
Well, there's a classic case. I've been told that he's already gone, and that's what I believed.
Have you been told he's already gone, Skis?
Yeah, not by like him, but that's what I got.
Good
told.
sources.
Nah.
Well, there you go.
That's what I heard.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
But like Nawaqanitawase,
what a freak, bro.
He's a freak. He's a freak.
So good.
But I do like.
You got him in a Roos jersey?
Yeah, 100%. He'd be starting at the moment. I'd have Lomax in the squad still. As a matter of fact, I might even move Lomax to centre.
Really?
So it'd be Coates, it'd be Nawaqanitawase, Lomax at centre, and then maybe Bradman Best or Katoni Staggs in the other centre. Apologies if I'm forgetting someone, but probably that.
Yeah, I'm trying to go back to Origin.
You've got Toya, who will be Tonga, I think. You've got Shibasaki as a potential as well, but I think that they'd probably go Staggs over Shibasaki.
I agree.
Yeah, I would.
Probably.
Also, like you'd put Best on the left, right? So then it's the right out of Staggs, Lomax.
I'm trying to think other centres that played pretty solidly this year that are Queenslanders. That's the thing, like, oh, actually, no, they don't have to be Queensland. What the fuck am I talking about? Idiot.
Wow.
Idiot.
Typical Queensland.
Oh, I was just thinking about it because of the Shibasaki situation. Yeah. Anyone else centre-wise? Bradman Best, Staggs, Trbojevic pulled out apparently.
Yeah, Latrell's pulled out.
Trelly's out.
Well, not confirmed, but
Yeah, he'll be out.
It's probably a good move what you said then.
Like
Wingers,
Vow's injured.
We got wingers.
Yeah.
I think Val was going to commit to.
So Val's, he's injured.
Yeah, he's injured anyway.
Far out, like, because so many players have gone to their heritage teams, it just starts clearing the ranks quite a lot for the Australian side.
Yeah, it's not cut and dry, is it?
Yeah. Anyway, so what I find interesting in the Nawaqanitawase situation, and look, he's not in this stage yet, but it seems like this stage might be coming. But Roosters don't play these games. You know, that's the one thing I'm like, this is going to be interesting to watch because obviously they want to keep him. Like, I mean, they brought him into the NRL and all that good stuff.
But it's not just you're not just fighting with money. Like it's a World Cup.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying from why this is so interesting is like, it seems like, and he has every right to be doing this, Nawaqanitawase. Like, he totally has every right to do this. But it seems like he's genuinely going to go to the market and get the best deal, which is like, of course he should do that.
100%.
But the Roosters don't work like that, usually. Like, if you are in, you're in. We're not going to go back and forth in the media. There's not going to be this huge kerfuffle about you not going. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least that's usually how they operate.
I agree with that. And the other side to that perspective is, they're not going to offer him a shit deal. But at the end of the day, the decision's not only going to be financial. You're also looking across going, but there's a World Cup. It's a hard choice, bro.
So, does it, like, I say this respectfully, but like, does rugby union even have the money to pay him $1 million a year, like with what they're paying Suaalii?
From the reports, the very, very minimal reports I've heard, they wouldn't be throwing a bag at him.
Like,
Really?
You're probably looking at what, $700K a year, union, maybe.
Which is more than he's getting now, but his next contract is going to be...
He'll probably get $1 million at a different club outside the Roosters, honestly.
Is he?
Because he could play fullback.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. Is his long-term future in league on the wing?
Well, I wouldn't pay $1 million for him right now. I wouldn't pay $1 million for a winger.
Well, I don't think
That's
anyone
name's
will.
not Brian To'o, maybe. Like, I don't think, and if I was doing it with To'o, it'd be if I'm a wooden spoon side that is desperate for go forward. Like, for example, if you could add like To'o to Knights or whatever, and you had Marjorie To'o on either side, like all of a sudden that forward pack, because it's a bit light at the moment. Anyway, that aside.
Yeah, sorry, if I'm Perth, though, I'm paying him $1 million. I wouldn't even blink.
Yes, that's a great point, because not only is he a bloody good player, but he puts bums on seats as well. The markability of him, and also, no pun intended with the markability, also, because he has played for the Wallabies, Perth, more Union fans will be over in Perth that know him. You know what? It's probably going to be Perth. It probably, think about, he'll get offered a Mozza deal.
Good on him. What
He'll
a
be their
great
marquee
position to be
signing.
in.
Jeez. That's a tough
Phenomenal what
loss
he's
for the
done.
Roosters.
Firstly, what he's done to come across and perform the way he has, but now to put himself in a position where he is going to
Life-changing.
be demanding.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon they'll offer? 5 years, maybe 900 mil, 1.1, 1.2?
Well, that's the thing. I don't think Perth would recruit him as a winger.
Fullback, you reckon?
I think they'd look to optimise that financial contribution a little bit more.
I'm just looking. I don't know what Teddy wants to do, but Teddy comes off contract as well at the same time.
Oh, he'll never play for anyone else, surely.
No. I'm saying if he
Oh, he'll go
retires
fullback.
and Mark goes to fullback.
Okay, but how about this question, though? Nawaqanitawase, $1 million, 5 year, would you say 5 year, $1 million? Jayden Campbell, who are you giving that $1 million 5 year contract to?
That is a very good question.
Because that's probably who they're looking, like, weighing up between.
Just on playing ability, I'd give the points to Campbell just. They're very different players, but I think marketability and all that goes with it, because Campbell's probably more important to what that new team needs. I'm not saying he's a better player. I'm just saying for a new franchise, I'd probably rather a mad halfback. But as an all-round package, I'd probably go Mark.
Wow. Okay. You got $1 million to sign a marquee player for the Perth Bears, and it's between Campbell and it's between Nawaqanitawase.
The reason why I'm choosing Campbell is because A, I'm not spending that money on a winger, and B, he's unproven at fullback.
Well,
Yeah, that's true.
assume that they want him as a fullback.
He's
Let's assume
unproven.
that. It's unproven. Okay. Okay.
If he played there and done what he's doing now,
Okay.
I'm choosing him.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, what about this then? $800K for Nawaqanitawase at fullback, or $1 million for Campbell at fullback for a 5 year deal, Perth Bears?
Both at fullback.
Well, obviously Campbell can play 6'7" at fullback, and obviously Nawaqanitawase can play fullback, centre wing. $800K for Nawaqanitawase, $1 for Campbell. What are you doing?
See, I'm just stuck on the unproven, so I'm still going to have to go Campbell.
Okay.
Oh, that's so hard.
is
Firstly,
hard,
I try and
though.
do both. Secondly, for the sake of the question, I'd probably go Nawaqanitawase. For $800K, that's a steal for what he could be.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What would you do?
You are taking
Injury
that money,
free.
what are you
Yeah, I've been asking questions, not answering. Injury free. Let's say they both say injury free.
Yeah.
I'm going Campbell. Yeah, he is so special and so talented,
freak.
and at a good club, or at a club that's not struggling. Apologies, like I like the Titans, they're just not going well at the moment. The guy's a freak, and he's in a key position. And although I do actually believe Nawaqanitawase could play fullback, the only question,
of course.
he could, but the only question I have is how would that big body go with all the work you got to do at fullback? Now we see Trell do it, but he's not the same as Trell.
Well,
he's
we've also seen issues from big bodies playing
Yeah,
fullback.
true.
Consistent issues.
And also, Trell is a ball player at the fullback there. You know, obviously he runs sometimes, whereas Nawaqanitawase is purely ball runner.
And I do think he has those skills, but we're talking about something that could happen. That's the problem. And is it worth the risk? Yeah, it is. But when you compare it to with
Campbell.
Jayden Campbell, it's hard to justify that
Okay.
risk.
Okay. Is there anyone else that's potential Because like
Munster?
they pretty much they've got a marquee signing they've got to make.
Munster for Perth?
I mean, Munster, I
that
think
a
that's already a
comparison?
lock-in. I think that with Munster, they're probably going to offer him $1.5 million. And I think that with all the whispers with Bellamy coming out saying, obviously, we want to keep him, but if he wants to go, we'll support him.
Yeah, no,
that says to me, if I was a manager, and let's say I had a management company, my number one litmus test would be this. How hard do the Melbourne Storm try to keep a player? And what I mean by that is that, like, if let's say they've got a junior coming through the ranks and you're looking to sign a 9 or something like that, and that junior's been playing reserve grade for 2 or 3 years, and you go to have a crack at him to bring him across, and the Storm jump in and are desperate, like, really protect him, then like that would be the biggest indicator to me that this guy is special.
I agree with that, and I also think Storm have been dealing with this for the best part of 10 years. I think they are willing to pay a price, but they have a certain strategy around their cap and always bringing players through. But I also don't believe that they're going to stand in any of their players' way that they could potentially
Change their life,
incur a
right?
life-changing
Yeah.
deal. It's just not how they do
Well,
things.
here's a good example. It's obviously Harry Grant, how hard they fought. They fought so hard to keep Harry Grant, they loaned him to another club. But also like Tino, they fought to keep him, didn't. Then they tried to get him again, didn't. Now I don't have anything official that they're going after him again, but I'm pretty confident. Like, and so
that would be cool.
If the Storm are chasing you and desperately, they're the best developers in the country.
Seeing Tino come back to the Storm
bruh.
after what he's done and who he's become, and
Yeah.
he was there as a kid, fuck, that would be so cool.
Like, yeah. And so, like, you can make the argument the Melbourne Storm are the best athlete developers of any sport in Australia.
100%. I agree with that.
And so that's why if I'm a manager, I'm just using that as obviously that you're not going to recruit every single player you've had. But if I'm looking for superstars, I'm just, what do the Melbourne Storm think of them? And maybe Penrith will get into that areas. It's, the reason why the Melbourne Storm, you can be so confident, they've been doing this for 20 years, essentially. Like,
Literally.
Whereas the Penrith Panthers, they probably are going to get into that territory. But at the moment, it's been 5 years of really dominant. Like if Nathan Cleary retires and they're still one of the best teams in the competition, like, because that's what's happening right now with the Melbourne Storm. This is how good they are. Like, imagine tomorrow the Penrith Panthers, Yo, Edwards, and Cleary said we're retiring. Or actually, you know what? I'll go Yo, Edwards, and Toto. They're 3 best players. They said they're all retiring. Most people would sit here and say, oh, okay, they're probably not going to be a top tier. So they might make the 8 still, but I think that they'll be there or thereabouts. Melbourne Storm, Smith, Slater, Cronk, all gone, still one of the best teams in the competition and still developing some all-time players.
And then even like a secondary layer to that, the Bromwich brothers go like, huge leads, Felice Kafusi. Like, it's
Crazy.
No one gets ravaged like the Storm and bounce back like they do. But
they don't even bounce back. They just stay.
Their funnel, they
crazy, bro.
invest so much into that recruitment funnel. It's
And
unbelievable.
they're doing it in a state that doesn't play rugby league, bro. Like, that's what's so crazy. Like,
No one does what they do.
no one does. No one comes close. Like, a lot of these clubs, like, I'll use my club, for example. The Brisbane Broncos have all the resources in the world. They've got a huge cashman of players. And granted, the argument that you have this huge choice of players means you should have a good squad. The salary cap is supposed to stop that from happening. The salary cap is supposed to stop teams with more players to choose from.
That's why you have to go back.
Yeah, and so, but I still do believe that there is an advantage of having a larger catchment of players. So you've got the most resources, you've got a huge, arguably one of the biggest catchment of players in the competition, plus also you've got enough reputation to be able to recruit good players. Like the Broncos, a lot of people want to be there. And yet they still struggle to stay in the top 4
You can't
every
tell
year.
me the Broncos, the GOAT Broncos that we knew, like when we were younger, you can't tell me that if it was a part of their model and club to do what the Storm were doing, like for me, the Broncos would still be the team.
They'd never lose. Like they'd never,
100%.
and that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is even the Broncos, all the resources, all the talent, all the sway in the world still struggle to make the top 4 every year. The Melbourne Storm are doing it outside of this New South Wales and Queensland
It's
bubble
actually
of rugby
crazy
league.
when you break it down and think about it, like how heavily a part of their business strategy and model it is to reinvest into the next generation.
Like Melbourne Storm's entire dominance is built on their ability to identify and create talent.
They literally exchanged a big 3 for a big 3.
It's crazy, bro.
And they still develop those players
Mental.
like they did the first big 3 who weren't supposed to be a big three.
It's insane. Like, think of, their whole dynasty is built on, 3 or 4 people going, he's got what it takes.
That's actually the problem with the Broncos. The players that are coming up and get recruited by the Broncos are superstars.
So that mentality, like, I'm already...
The big three is an example of Melbourne.
Yeah,
in some
Munster
ways,
reject.
even rejects.
Yeah, Munster was not a reject, but he couldn't get into the Broncos.
Cronk, Slater, Smith.
Yeah. So, like, we've got all these clubs with all these resources that struggle to be in the top 8 every year.
Because they've been forced to develop. Maybe that's actually
crazy.
the reason.
Melbourne Storm,
When you have everything, it's
as like they're working with nothing
So
initially,
you gotta do it.
and they've gone out and they've been in the top 4 essentially for 20 years.
Well, that's the answer. They've actually been forced to do it, and now it's a part of their model. Whereas when you've got everything,
See, that's what's scary about the Penrith Panthers, though, because they've got the money, they've got the large, massive catchment of players, and they've also got the system. So that's what makes, if you imagine you put the Melbourne Storm in Brisbane, how many comps do you reckon they would have won?
every
10?
Plenty.
Honestly, like in 25 years,
their players come from Queensland.
yeah, like if you put the Melbourne Storm in Brisbane in 25 years, I reckon they would have won 8 to 10 premierships. I'm not even taking the piss. Thoughts?
Yeah.
I agree. I 100% agree.
Yeah,
It's
I just put
insane.
it down to the fact that they are Melbourne since day dot. They've been forced to recruit and focus on recruitment because they literally don't have a catchment.
You know what's insane is that guess who one of their biggest recruitment officer is? Paul Bunn from the Broncos. Guess when he left? 2008, I'm pretty sure. So like Broncos have all this crazy success. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you want the Queensland players, get the Queensland recruiter.
Exactly right.
The wizard. And guess who he was trained by? Pretty sure. Cyril Connell, who is a legendary recruiter.
Really?
Legendary recruiter, Cyril Connell. He was, I'm assuming, above Paul Bunn when there. And so, like, that's just crazy to think about, bro. It just blows my mind. That
All right, what about if you're Mark and you get the offer we spoke about from Perth and that 700 to 800 figure, but the World Cup? Are you going there first and then reevaluate?
Mate,
Or
I'm
are you
25.
just taking Perth?
Nah, I'm taking the quiche. I'm taking the quiche. Like
you're going to walk into
I think
the World
has he
Cup.
already played in a World Cup? I think he might have already played in a World Cup.
Wallabies are going all right.
It's the only home World
South
Cup.
Africa,
though.
Argentina. They're on the
No,
up.
honestly, Wallabies are the best rugby union team in the world because
I thought you were going to say the country.
a country. Hey, that's debatable. Because so 2 games ago, I know South Africa beat us in the second game, but in the game that mattered, we beat them by more than the All Blacks did. Therefore, we're the best team in the world. It's
Yeah, I like that.
official. That's official.
Simple maths.
Bro, I just would love just to wake up in an alternate universe where all of our best players played union. League didn't exist, and all of our best players played union just so that we could go and play the All Blacks and show them what we're really about, you know?
Fuck, that'd be
Okay, tell me this is the answer, and this will get the people fired up in the comment section. Let's say you took league out of the picture for Australia and also New Zealand. So both countries had access to their best talent. Would the All Blacks be as dominant over the Wallabies as they've been if we had access to all of our talent in the league? Or would the Wallabies be a set better than the All Blacks?
Well, those are 2 different questions. They definitely wouldn't be anywhere near as dominant.
So there's no code. There's just this rugby game that gets played.
It's union. There's no league.
It's union
There's
then.
no league.
Yeah.
There's no league. So they
And
get
everyone only
Greg
plays one
Inglis,
sport.
Israel, like all the league players, they're all playing union.
Australia.
Who wins and who is the dominant?
I
I'm going to say it. I honestly think that the Wallabies would be the All Blacks if we had access to all our talent.
Well, I only say that
And I say that as a
because-
compliment of how great the All Blacks are.
I only say that because if we're all right, I agree with you. What if we flipped it? Rugby league now. So New Zealand gets access to all of the union players.
Oh,
okay.
that's
And we
juicy.
get access to all the union players.
Holy
I've got to be
shit.
honest. That flips it. Come on.
Yeah, okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down there. Oh, that's tough, man. Imagine John Loma just fucking steaming down the field.
Artie Surveyor.
That early All Blacks, in the 2000s.
Every rugby
against,
player in New Zealand gets to play in their league team, and we get
Dan
all of
Carter.
the rugby union players. I'm
Imagine-
not saying that's a bad thing either, but I think that's where they get us, but we get them if we all play union.
That's
You get
tough.
all of our rugby league talent? Come on, bro.
Dan Carter just carving up. He'd be a 6 in league, surely.
Yeah.
Surely. 13? Nah, 6.
Nah, 6.
6.
Classic.
Imagine him in league, bro.
Oh,
Imagine that kicking game, bro.
I'd love a world where we just got to see, just see it.
You wouldn't even know what a circle was because you'd be stuck in your corner all
Even
day.
the halves, bro. Like, you know, they're halfbacks, which would obviously be hookers. Like, they're elite.
Imagine their edge back rolls, bro. Oh. Wow. You know what?
Some of them flankers, bro. Like,
Maybe, you know, because you've made me see it in a new light. Because if I say that we would be better than the All Blacks in union, then why would they be better than us in league? You know what I mean? So,
my reasoning is that in union, what do they get from us, from our league players? They get some good players, but for us, the Wallabies get all of our rugby league talent, and that's a lot of talent. Whereas if we flip it,
but that would be the same amount for both. And so my point is that if I'm hesitant to say that we could beat them in league if they got all their All Blacks players, then I should also be hesitant to say that we would beat them in union. You know what I'm saying? It's equal. Because I know what you're saying. You're saying they get more back from league, but it would be equal for both in both games. Because if they've both got access. Take away league or union and you just say a game, they both got access to equal. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I mean,
if we take away league or union.
You know what we do know? We were talking about earlier about rivalries. It'd be one of the greatest rivalries of your time.
Oh, absolutely.
It'd be one of the greatest rivalries. I'm going to say, I reckon Australia would, let's say it's been 20 years, I reckon we would have won more games against them than they have against us, whether it be union or league. I reckon it would be, out of 20 years, I reckon it'd be like we've won 13, they've won 7 or something like that. Or we've won 12, they've won 8. Boom. What are your thoughts?
Sport?
It's union and league, so it doesn't matter.
Can I ask one more question? In this scenario, do we get like critter in that? Like who've played for...
Yeah, because New Zealand do too. Like New Zealand have heaps of Samoan and Tongan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, I reckon we win more. I just think the talent...
In both games, in league and union?
I don't know about union.
To be honest, it's actually irrelevant because again, you've got both sports have access to the same amount of people. If you know what I'm saying, so it's almost irrelevant. So basically, we'll just say union, but it's both sports.
See, I reckon I know it's irrelevant, but I'm more confident in saying yes to league just because our star power is ridiculous, and it always has been. Like back in the day, Joey, Freddie, Lockyer, etc. And like even now, I don't understand the union enough to say that, but I reckon in league we would if they all came to us.
Yeah, it would. There's no difference because you're in the imaginary world. Both teams have played as much union as they need to get experience. Both teams have played as much league. If you know what I'm saying, like it shouldn't be any different.
I understand what you're putting down. Put it all aside, any codes. All of Australia's talent pool versus all of New Zealand's pool.
Yeah,
we win.
We win.
Yeah, I'm with you.
20
there.
years.
That's my opinion.
20 years of sport, like of playing each other in this game, union or league, whatever. What's the win percentage either way?
Oh, I reckon it's 60.
So about 12 wins for Australia, 8 wins for...
Yeah, it's not dominant. It's not dominant either way.
Yeah. I will say though, and I hate to bring this up, but in Origin, because like a big knock against New Zealand is that technically they're a substantially better country at sport than us. And it sounds crazy to me to say that.
Capita.
The reason I say that is because they've got such a small population.
Yes.
So like...
That's one of our biggest leverages.
Yeah, like per capita, like they are a better sporting nation than us.
They punch above their weight, possibly more than anyone in the world.
Probably per capita, they're probably the best sporting nation in the world.
100%.
Like they've got what 2 million people or some shit, like
I
2 or
think
3
it'd
million.
be by a long way.
Like, and so when the reason why we might be, we win 12 out of 20 games or whatever, might be because we've 5 million, and we've got what 30 million or 25,
almost 30.
Like yeah. The reason why, I feel like we will win more is probably because we've got access to more talent.
I agree.
But in saying that, look at Queensland, New South Wales. Queensland in this Origin thing of, yes, the 8 in a row, you could say it's an anomaly, but we're 10 or 12 wins ahead than New South Wales, but Queensland's a much smaller state. And so what I'm saying is that, is it possible that New Zealand, being a much smaller country, could do what Queensland do to Australia?
It's 1,000% possible.
Yeah, New Zealand did it in cricket like a year and a half ago. They went to India, so it's 5 million versus $1 billion.
Yep.
And they beat them 3-0 at home.
And New Zealand have beaten us.
Australia hasn't done that. Australia has never whitewashed India at home, and New Zealand went and did it.
Yeah.
There's this. I could easily go on the other side of the fence and have this discussion and say, actually, New Zealand would
win it.
It's a
Yeah,
cracker
it's a
discussion.
great-
You know, you just
Great
you
question.
know what? You just got a good point. Like right now, I mean, we bounced back a little bit, but for like, what do you reckon? When was the last time we beat New Zealand in Union in fucking
In a Bledisloe?
in a Bledisloe? Like 20 years.
2002 or something?
So even the numbers might actually lean towards New Zealand. And the reason I say this is that
They do.
we haven't won a Bledisloe for 20 years against them. They beat us by a record margin in league fucking 2 years ago.
Years back.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Once you dig in,
Bro, it's not looking good for us Aussies.
No, it's
No.
looking horrible. I'm just consumed by the fact that we get access to every bit of talent in this country, and it forms this team. And I got excited, but the numbers do.
The numbers not
support
helping
our
us.
argument.
Yeah, the numbers aren't. When you break it down, you start looking under the hood.
And if you're a diehard Kiwi fan, like we are absolutely dribbling.
Far out. Because like Union, you've let us down. Like if Union was going okay, like back early 2000s, because that's what helps the Australian argument is like when Union has like kind of funding or whatever. Because like we dominate in league for essentially since it started. Essentially, in Union we were. Maybe I'm getting it wrong, but I feel like we were as good as the All Blacks for a period.
Yeah, I mean, 2003 World Cup, we beat him in the prelim
Yeah.
to make the final.
So Union's fucking us. So Union, you're letting your nation down,
Yeah.
all right? In this argument, you're hurting us. So although I don't say those numbers make it that All Blacks definitely would beat us, because we have shown evidence of when Union has resources and isn't run terribly, that we can be as good as them. So I'm still going to be in the camp of I think Australia would win. But the caveat will be probably because we have access to more athletes.
It's
than
funny
they do.
how you flip it. Like in the early 2000s, All Blacks were still better than us, but we were just behind. In rugby league, we smoked the Kiwis. Now, the All Blacks smoke us, but the New Zealand Kiwi team is probably just under us.
Okay. That make me
Completely
feel better. That's making me
unbiased,
feel better.
Dig into it with the level of thought that we had. I would love to know people's opinions.
Let
'cause
us know.
It is not an easy.
It's not an easy answer. It really
It
isn't.
doesn't matter who you go for. To actually define who would win that is very.
Because every time I think of Greg Inglis fending blokes in a Wallabies jersey, I'm sure they could think of their version of, GI.
Johnny Lomu, freaking
bro.
he
Well, yeah,
would
you'd-
kill it.
Is John Olomu the GOAT rugby player? Do they have to say?
He's definitely the GOAT winger.
But when I say rugby, I mean union and league. Like if you could take the perfect rugby league and union player, it probably would be Lomu.
Well, I've always had the opinion that the perfect, genetic player, athlete is Greg Inglis. So to me, the question is, who's better out of them two? And if it's Lomu, then it is.
Well, I just imagine
I
Lomu.
can't go past a prime Greg Inglis, bro. Come on,
John,
man.
you reckon he's better than John
They're
Lomu?
different. They're different.
He played a world game. Lomu was the best in a world game.
But put prime Greg Inglis.
Oh,
in
look,
that.
I'm in. I can't say that Lomu's better than Inglis because I don't know the game that well in union. You know what I mean? So I'm going to say Inglis. Maybe I would still have that opinion if I knew more about
I'd argue
union.
with an American about Greg Inglis in his prime playing NFL.
Yeah, he's just GI.
It's disgusting.
Listen,
he's
it's going to get. Now we're going down Lomu versus Inglis areas. People are going to start losing their minds. Listen, just keep it, guys. Please keep it respectful in the comments. Don't go mental. Just have your opinion. It's fun, reasonable. Geez, it's a tough conversation though, isn't it? Jeez.
Good chat though.
Good chat.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we'll wrap it up. Guys, Storm, Dogs.
Got to go Storm.
Storm.
Warriors, Pars.
Pars. I'm going Pars.
The Pars.
Yeah, so am I.
Up the Pars.
I don't know about 11 to 15 though, but I'm going them.
Okay. Sharkies, Roosters.
Got to go Roosters. They're just the inform team.
Nah, I've been glazing Sharkies all year long. I'm going to keep glazing them Sharkies.
I hope you're right, but I
Wow.
have a feeling it's going to be Roosters.
Okay. Raiders, Broncos.
Cannot wait for this game.
I reckon this is the hardest one.
I've flip-flopped all week. Right now I'm thinking Brisbane. Yesterday I was thinking Raiders.
I'm going to go Green Machine just out of loyalty, but yeah.
That's a spite bet.
Oh my God. I'll go Broncos.
Broncos 13 plus, baby.
Wow.
Just gonna go down there and I'm gonna say this is what you get, you corrupt territory, all you politicians. You smack your bums. I'm going to say, stop being so corrupt, and we'll get out of there. All right, guys, we are done and doosted. Don't forget Aspley Mazda sale tomorrow, biggest ever, or at least biggest friggin' in years. And also, guys, now that so many people are reaching about the Lontel internet, go to lontel.net.au, use your code BLOKE. You can literally, you only pay for what you use. It's unbelievable. And also, they're just crank it. Just crank it, baby. I'm cranking it. I'll be home. I'm literally racing home to crank it right now. So if you want to do that, and also no contracts. You can try it for free.
2 gigabytes a second. If you don't know what that means,
you can get up to that.
If you crank it.
If you crank it, but you got to be so. I'll be gaming on Borderlands 4 tonight. You want to join me?
Agura.
Agura. Oh my god, bro. Seriously.
Forgot about that.
Oh my god. And as usual, we'll go and fuck ourselves.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.